Hello. Yo. What up? How it be? We chillin'? We chillin'? We chillin'? Hopefully. 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 You're all relaxed. Cause, yeah. Got some stuff going on. Got some stuff going on. Just getting it set up and finishing my food. I would have started like maybe 5 to 10 minutes earlier, but I got a phone call from my mom right as I was about to start the stream. So that's alright though. Okay, okay. Just want to make sure I have this thing set correct. Yeah, so instead we probably will go like... Oops. Something like this. Pull this up. This over here, and boom. Okay. Okay. Now if I do this, we're good there too. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, let's see if I can get this thing working. All right. So, I was going across sort of my folder of Pokemon stuff, Pokemon pictures, and I came across a picture that I realized I hadn't really looked at it before. I mean, I knew about it, but I hadn't really spent time looking through it. And that is a picture from way back in like 2010, 2011 that was an old poster of like almost like pre-release versions of Pokemon with their names that are different from their final names, a lot of them. So, what I want to do is have us take a look at these names, and we're gonna see which ones we think are better, the same, worse than the others, than their final names. So yeah, we'll take a peek here. We might actually go with looking through via Bulbapedia because they got a nice, easy to read version as opposed to the picture itself. But it's funny because when I went to this page, the actual same picture is on the page itself. And it's literally the same picture that I have saved, that I've had saved to my computer for like, since like 2011 or whatever. Yeah, like I've had this saved on my computer for basically a decade. And I have never really looked at it until now, so we're gonna take a peek. We're gonna take a peek. Now the question is, Afiko, should we look at the names through like this list? I can zoom in a bit more. Or should we like actually scroll in through the pictures themselves and go name by name? They should be the same though. Oh my god, why did I just do that? I fucked everything up. It's weird that this... Maybe we will use the picture. Maybe the picture is better. I was thinking like do the list because that seems easier, but I don't know why they don't have... So like in this list, you see it starts with Kakuna, early name Cocoon, which matches up with, where is it? Oh wow, this one's even, actually this one's different. Because look, sorry. This one says Metapod for Kakuna. So they actually are different. Huh. Let me take a quick peek here before we begin. So, I'm thinking... That's weird. Why would they not list, Maybe because they said, like, the caption on this is unidentified poster, right? Whereas this, the names here are from the Trainer's Survival Guide early version, which had the, I guess, incorrect names or whatever. Dude, I remember this art. That's crazy. I didn't have this, but for some reason this art, like, super sticks out to me. Like, that just, like, clicked something in my head of, like, whoa, what the fuck? How is this a memory that I have? Also, the art doesn't even look... I don't know what... Anyway. Part of me thinks we should go with the Bulbapedia one because it's more, usually Bulbapedia is pretty solid. But it doesn't seem to have all of the, like, Venusaur, but it's, like, missing an R. Like, why is that? Why is that missing the letter R? Why is it missing the letter R? And that seems to be the case with a lot of these. Charman, Charmel, Charizard, Squirtle without an E. So I think we should go with, let's go with the Bulbapedia list, even though it doesn't seem to have some of the ones like this, where this is like Bulbasaur, instead of like, it's not even on this list. But my guess is, my hope is that this list is like the trimmed down ones that are actually different to some degree, or that are interesting. So I think we're gonna go with the Bulbapedia list. So I'll zoom in, but I just did want to mention before we begin that this poster picture actually does have other names that are not in this list. So maybe we'll go back, but we'll see. We'll see. For now, let's do the list. So let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. There we go. That's much easier to read, right? There you go. Let me finish this first. How you doing? By the way, you chilling? Was gonna ask me. Oh yeah, Magic Legends. So I've heard, I haven't actually really watched any gameplay beyond like 30 seconds, but there was a clip from day 9, which I don't know if you know who day 9 is. I mean, he's kind of a pretty well-known figure, but he's been working with Magic, doing Magic content along with all of his other stuff for quite a long time now. Also, hi RPB. And he played the game for 3 hours, either yesterday or today or something. And I saw a clip of him basically, or it was a VOD basically, of the timestamp of right when he quit the game to stop playing after like 3.5 hours. And basically just said everything that he did not like about it. It seems pretty bad. It seems really bad. Which is unfortunate, because, you know. Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. Because, you know, there's so much you could do with Magic. And like, and it feels like whenever they like try to do something that isn't actually just the card game, they fail so bad. Even if it's them licensing it out to somebody. Seems like they just always fail super hard. Which is rather annoying. Alright, these vitamins and then we can get going. But yeah, it is sad. Cause yeah, I mean, hold on. All right. I guess the last thing, if I were to give a short description of what Day 9 said, it was basically that like Diablo's thing is like it's very action-packed and crazy fighting. PoE's thing is like the incredible incredible depth and breadth and complexity, and the progression layers and everything else is very. And then this isn't even like a standard, like he said it basically wasn't even a standard sort of just remake, you know, reskin version of a typical ARPG, because they introduced, instead of having like your 5 skills or whatever that you use and cycle through with cooldowns, you make a deck of spells, because like that's the MTG thing, and you'll like pull from that whenever you use a spell or something. And so instead of being able to play around your skills, like let's say you have a character that has like a dash, a fireball AoE move, and then like, you know, a melee, you know, some sort of close range strong attack that you like will cycle through, and you're like, oh, I need to wait for the cooldown for this, the AoE thing, so I'm gonna do my dash move out of here. It's like, all right, what's gonna happen? And so he pretty much described it as you end up basically just hitting the button, and there's no decision making, and like it was terrible. And then there was other things like the UI and stuff, but the main you know, the main actual plane of the game was bad. Cuddling in bed with cat, nice. So it's good. Have you shared what your cat is like before? I forget, or was that Stooner? I think that was Stooner. Either way, let's actually begin here. So the first one on the list, the final name, of course, Kakuna, classic. Evolution of Weedle, standard. Japanese name, Cocoon, reasonable, fair enough. The early name is Cocoon, but with K's. So the question is the the pre-release early name better or the final name better? It's gonna be hard to say, because we're gonna have that nostalgia. We're gonna have like the nostalgia slash just ingrained thing into our brains about it. Just that's Kakuna, when it could have been Cocoon this whole time. Keikona, nice. And it would have been... I don't think it would have been bad if it was named Cocoon with K's. Lines up with the Japanese name. Cool. Something about that una feels nice to say. Cocoon is cool, I guess, but Cocoon? I wonder if that's how... I wonder, do you think we would just end up still pronouncing it Cocoon? Or would we go Cocoon? Because it's a K. Who knows? I guess probably just because it's Kakuna, so we probably go Cocoon. Or I feel like we would end up saying Cocoon. And so then, yeah. Kakuna, Cocoon, Kakuna, Cocoon, Kakuna, Cocoon, Kakuna, Cocoon, Kakuna, Cocoon, Kakuna, Cocoon, Kakuna, Cocoon. Yeah, it would be hard to not say like "ka," just cause like Cocoon. I want to say I like the final name better, but it's hard to like be honest or like analyze if that's my, you know, nostalgia / just what I'm used to it being Kakuna. Go Cocoon, go Kakuna. I don't know. I mean, that said, I was always a Metapod guy over Kakuna anyway, let's be honest. Let's be honest, everyone saw that episode with Butterfree, or the episodes with Butterfree, and was like, psh, I'm a Butterfree guy. Or the Caterpie episodes, I'm a Caterpie guy, obviously. Who sends Kakuna or Metapod into battle? Well, of course, the legendary Metapod v Metapod battle with Ash and the bug catcher guy in the anime. Beedrill is pretty dang. But, you know, everyone aligns with Ash, main character, you're a child, everyone goes... I feel like most people ended up going, Caterpie / Butterfree. But Beedrill is pretty badass. Stun and sleep powders, yeah. Sleep powder is nice to have, for sure. Yeah, I think that said, I think... out of I think it would have been fine if it was the early name, but I think I like Kakuna better because I feel like most American audience would have ended up saying Cocoon instead of Cocoon. And so then it would be kind of weird anyway. I don't think it's too negligible either way, to be honest. So let's move to the second one, okay? Let's move on to the next one here. Pidgey. Final name Pidgey, as we all know. The Pidge. Early name Pidge. Japanese name Popo. Popo? I don't know how exactly it's pronounced. Don't bully me. I'm not a weeb, okay? Pidge is pretty cute. That is, I agree with that. Popo is great. Well, we're not going to compare Japanese name to final English name here. We're just really looking at early name versus final name. But because Japanese name is here, often you'll be able to like see the inspiration of where the names kind of came from at times. But, and I'm sure if you know Japanese, some of these names will like, some of the Japanese names will also mean like Arbo. I'm wondering if that just like is a translation for the word snake. Like, I would not be surprised if there was something like that, but I don't know.
Ebi.
Alright, it wasn't. It's okay, though. Could be some other play on word, who knows? Or they just did it and then added a K for, you know, the whole Cobra backwards thing. Either way, Pidge versus Pidgey. I wonder if this E was supposed to be... I wonder if when they wrote this name, they still wanted people to say Pidgey? If they wanted people to say Pidgey, but then realized the E people might think is silent and then just pronounce it Pidge, so they're like, let's add a Y on there so people definitely pronounce it Pidgey. I'd be interested to know if that was what happened. That would be interesting. Could be, I don't know. I'm making up that theory. And I'm gonna stick to it. I like how Pidgey just feels like very, you know, childish, like cute thing, first stage, whatever. Calling it Pidge feels right to me. I'm definitely not against Pidge, but I like Pidgey more. Now this one's weird because Pidgeotto's early name was Pidgeot, which is the final name. So I'm gonna pull up the picture real quick. They just had Pidgeot for both. Well, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't really make any sense. Why is Okay, so clearly this was not gonna work. This poster is got a lot of weird things going on. Maybe boy-girl version? That could be possible, but anyway. You know, you always thought the Pidgeot should have been switched with Pidgeotto. I kind of felt that way too. Pidgeotto sounds more badass. Pidgeotto does sound more badass, and if you're trying to type it in, like you'll type Pidgeot before you type Pidgeotto, just while typing Pidgeotto. So I agree, Pidgeotto does sound more like that final stage name. So it's kind of weird how that ended up. So I guess in this case, I would like the early name better, assuming that the final name could be Pidgeotto. Yeah, like end stage. So I think you might be onto something with the boy and girl. Like maybe they treated this one as like the guy one and this one as a girl one because longer hair, girl, and then this one. But it doesn't look nearly as badass. The like actual Pidgeot here doesn't look badass. Like this Pidgeot here, real Pidgeot looks, you know, it's got the downturned eye and the closed beak, like looking badass. I don't know, who knows? But for this one, I'm gonna say Pidgeot should have been the name and Pidgeotto should have been the final evolution, which it became Pidgeot. Okay, on to Rattata, which was Karata in Japan, but Ratatak. Oh, so like Rat Attack. Oh, that's so much better. Oh my god, that's sick. That is so good. Interesting that here, in the poster one, it's like not like that already. Yeah, Rat Attack is just way more cool. Rat Attack is way more cool. Though, I don't know if you would want... Would you still keep Raticate as the second one? Does that still sound fine? Like Rat Attack, Raticate? Either way, Rat Attack is so good. So good. Maybe they thought it was too good. So they didn't go with it compared to Raticate. Like they were like, oh, if we name this one Rat Attack, Raticate is like so lame. But I would say I don't think Raticate would feel right for Rattata, and then you have Rat Attack for Raticate. That would be weird. Either way, Rat Attack is a sick name. That would have been pretty cool to have instead of Rattata. Rattata's not bad, but Rat Attack, come on, Rat Attack. All right, Ekans. Japan, Arbo. Pre-name had two names, Arbo or Nagahis. Let's see. Nagahis and Nagasp. Oh, I get it, because Nagas, if you're not familiar, Nagas are serpents. Like mythology-wise, they're like serpent creature-looking things. I'm really glad that this art was not bad, because that could have been a lot worse. So the names make sense. Nagahis, Nagasp. Yeah. Not bad names. I don't think they're bad names at all. But Ekans, like being Snake backwards and then Cobra backwards, is kind of hard to beat. That's just kind of hard to beat. So I feel like I'm just giving that to the final name, just because it's so, how are you supposed to beat Ekans and Arbok when it's like got the whole reverse name thing? That's too good. They even did Arbok for like Japanese ones, so I'm surprised that they almost like had Naga Asp as pre-name. It's a little strange. They do roll off the tongue. Naga Asp, you have to like make sure you're saying it. Naga Hiss. Okay, Sandslash, Sandpan, Sandstorm. Sandslash. Sandslash definitely just has to be better, right? Let's double check with the picture. Sandstow. So it probably was Sandstorm. I feel like this poster, for some reason, like cut off a bunch of letters on some of these names. Like like this was never going to be Butter F. It was obviously Butterfree, but for some reason this poster like is cutting off letters randomly, which is why I'm kind of bouncing between both to make sure. Yeah, I think Sandslash is just better, right? Like it's just, I mean, Sandstorm is cool, but like it's too much of a real thing. You know what I mean? It'd be like naming like a water Pokemon a Whirlpool. Like just naming it Whirlpool. What is that? What? Wait, what? Or like naming something like just like an actual thing. Yeah, I think Sandslash is better here. Slash sounds more badass. Sandslash. Sandstorm's not bad. I could see Sandstorm with like a different Pokemon maybe, but I still wouldn't prefer it. I still would rather a different name, but definitely not with something as like concrete. That's the thing, because Sandslash is already so like spiny and sharp and whatnot, having the name be Sandstorm just doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right. Okay, so Clefairy, we have Pippi. Let's go with Pippi. And then Aria was the pre-release name. That means something, doesn't it? Aria, isn't that like God or something? Or is that a song? Singing. Okay, singing. That makes more sense. Yeah. That makes more sense. Where's Clefairy? Yeah, so Aria and Ariala. Which kind of makes sense. They do the whole Clefairy thing. But you would think, like, Jigglypuff? Maybe they didn't have that all sorted out yet. Maybe, like, I could see them maybe having Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff stuff mixed in with Clefairy, Clefable. Maybe that wasn't completely decided yet between the pink puffball looking things. So I could see that being like, oh, they did those at first. So in that same sense, like, jumping to Clefairy still has the AIR of Aria, which is like, it's there. Clefable is a pretty sweet name though. Fable, you know, mythological, you know, fake, whatever stuff. Aria and Ariala. I actually think both names are like pretty good. Clefairy. It's hard to disassociate what they turned into versus the original name, because if the original name stayed, they could have potentially like changed it to have it be more Jigglypuff-like with the singing and whatnot. Clefairies themselves, as far as singing, I just think of them going like Clefairy, Clefairy, like at Mount Moon and shit in that anime episode. It's like the most singing-y I feel like they ever got. I think both names. I feel like this is a tie, which is weird. Is that even legal? Can I do that? Can I say that's a tie? It's legal? I'm gonna go with a tie then, because I feel like they're both really good, but they're also just very different. So I feel like I would have been happy with either of these names. Having the word fairy and fable is like kind of cool, but these two names kind of roll off the tongue nice as well, so I think they're both fine. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, Vulpix. Rokon in Japan? No idea. Foxfire feels a little on the nose, right? Feels a little bit on the nose. Vulpix. Trying to think, like, is that a combination? Like, why is the name Vulpix name meaning? Oh, a vulpus is the Latin word for a fox. Oh. Okay. Okay, so vulpus, V-U-L-P-U-S, is the Latin word for fox, so that part makes sense. The IX, I don't know, they probably just added it to make it sound good. That's my guess. Trying to think, like, I know, like, there's, like, the whole, like, Japanese nine-tails fox, like, thing. But I'm trying to think if there's anything along that lines that goes with Vulpix itself. Oh, okay. That actually makes sense. So it's Vulpus, which is, it's Vulpus, which is the Latin word for fox, and then six, because it has 6 tails, whereas nine-tails has 9 tails. So that's cool. I actually think that makes that name way more cooler than I even knew initially. So I have a new appreciation for Vulpix's name. But I also just always, I don't know, it kind of just sounded nice. Vulpix. Vulpix. Sounds good. Foxfire, a little bit too on the nose. Q-Con, I have no idea if there's a deeper meaning. Probably is. 9 tie and 9 tails, like that, space. That would be weird if there was a space, because then that's like literally 2 on the nose. At least 9 tails, it's like not even spelt like tails. Q is 9. Okay, that yeah, I figured there's something like that. I don't know, I can't. It's too hard to like put, because the names aren't actual words. It'll be like, you know, puns or sort of like twist of words, just like you have stuff here with like Vulpus came from 6, or came from fox, and then IX from 6, and like then trying to do that, but within Japanese, you don't know which parts of the words to break up. It's too hard. But I imagine there's something like that too. Like, they both have KON at the end, which makes me think maybe that means, like, fox or something. You like Foxfire instead of Ninetales, though? I feel like Foxfire sounds so, like, bland. I feel like Foxfire sounds so bland. The name difference, obviously, here isn't that good, isn't that much. I definitely would not want the space. And I think 9 tie was just like another case of like the letters being chopped off. So I don't think there's anything crazy there. So I think I like regular, I mean, compared to this, I like Ninetales' name itself, but if you were to say Foxfire instead of Ninetales, I think I would still do Ninetales. I feel like Foxfire would be like some special move or something. Right, exactly. Yeah, oh my gosh, same thing. We just, same idea. Yeah, a special move. Feels like that's more of what that would be. Okay, let's go to Jigglypuff. So I actually knew Jigglypuff's Japanese name because of Smash. So I know it's Purin. And kind of funny, pudding and custard. I imagine Pukurin is like another sort of play on words or something. Just straight up pudding and custard. I hate these names. I hate these names. Again, a little too like how Sandstorm, like this city isn't even like Sandstorm, where like at least the Pokemon is like sand, dirt related. This is just like pudding and custard. I don't know what they were thinking with these names, but I hate them. I'm so much more happy they went with Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff. I don't think Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff are the best names. I don't think they're the best names, but at least they have the puff. right? It's a pink puffball, so having it be a puff is good. And then tough is kind of just a play on the fact that it evolves, so it's bigger and stronger when it's tough. So I think that's fine too. Yeah, I think it's just an easy Jigglypuff Wigglytuff. Pudding and custard are so trash. So trash. Ziggly stuff? Could be. Okay. So the Oddish's name, Nazonokusa. Nazonokusa. That is a mouthful. Nazonokusa means mysterious grass, apparently. So that makes sense. That's actually kind of cool because, you know, a lot of the time, like, the Oddish will be, like, in the dirt, so only the grass is there, and then, like, you pull it out, or, like, you ran by it, and, oh, he pops up. That's cool. That is nice. Laddish? I have no idea what that's about. Laddish is... Yeah, but wait, I know like radish, but like why L is more of what I meant. Like obviously radish, because like it is looking like a radish, but why L? I get not wanting to do the R letter. That makes sense to me. Oh my god. Because a lot of Asian people struggle with R's and L's. Oh my god. I didn't even make that connection. Holy shit. Maybe they didn't do that because they're like, that might be racist. And so they changed it to oddish, just like radish, but then odd because it's an odd radish because it's alive or something. Sure. Mysterious grass, odd radish, sure. So for that fact alone, I think I'm gonna stick with oddish because I don't want to be racist. Yeah. Okay. So the Japanese name is actually the same as the final name here, huh? Paris. Oddish fits anyway, true. Parasite. That seems a little dark. I think this is an easy one to decipher or understand why they didn't stay with Parasite. Just a little bit too harsh. A little bit too harsh sounding for something that's so like kind of cute and silly. And they went with the OG name anyway, so it's like, alright, well, let's just keep them the same. They both sound nice. Yeah, Paris for sure. Parasite is kind of badass. That they should use that somewhere down the line, like some mega evolution bullshit, or like just some. It would have to be a mega evolution thing, because right, it has Paris in the name, so it would have to be some like external evolution. But like, imagine they could make like, what would it even be, like bug poison or something? Just something like evil, bug dark. Who knows? So, okay, Diglett. Digda was also Digda in the pre-release name. Diglett. Digda. It's hard for me to not go to Diglett just because I like, you know, there's just, you know, it's Diglett. Where's the video? Where's it? Now I have to find it. Oh, YouTube's so trash now. Where is it? There it is. Hold up, we gotta pause. How can you not love this face? How can you not love this face? Diglett. It's so cute. Diglett. How can you not love that? Diglett. Right? Diglett. Now I'm just trying to picture him saying, Digda! Doesn't have the same... Digda! I don't know. Yeah, I don't... Digda! It doesn't sound as... Yeah. I don't think so. I think I'm going Diglett, just based on that alone. Which, you know, doesn't really have any sort of bearing or logic or reason, but I can't imagine hearing that as Digda. Maybe there is a clip out. You know what? There probably is a clip of the Japanese version of that. Someone needs to find that, because I want to hear what it sounds like. I want to hear what the difference sounds like, because maybe that would convince me. So if you can find it, maybe that would convince me. But for now, I'm sticking with Diglett. Okay. That meme where its nose is the mouth. Yeah, it's another decent one. Okay, Growlithe. Growlithe. Guardy in Japan. Flamey. And then Growlithe. So Guardy, I'm wondering if that name is sort of the idea of being like a guard dog. It's like a play on that, maybe? Though the second name being Windy makes me think that perhaps there's like some other deeper meaning that I don't know about, because I don't know what Windy would be for Arcanine, but I'm assuming Guardy's like guard dog. Flamey and Blaze, you know what those sound like? They almost sound like they sound like names of what like a shitty mobile game knockoff version would of Pokemon would name stuff. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like shitty knockoff names of like a mobile version of, you know what I mean? Just like these like so blanding sound names with like no character. Growlithe, it's gonna growl, okay. Not sure what the ith comes in. Maybe that's some like fire related, flame related thing. Arcanine, Arc Lightning. It's K9 and then AR in front of it. Who cares? Arcanine sounds fucking dope. Let's be honest, these names are bland and boring. Arcanine is just so good. Growlithe is at least not boring. Flamey almost sounds like what a child would name a dog that looked like Growlithe. Like that's what it would nickname their Growlithe. That's what it is. This is what, you know, like a 5-year-old, you know, would nickname their Growlithe when they catch it in Pokemon. There it is. That's it. That's it. Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Poliwrath. Neoromo. I don't know what that means. The child that named Flamey wanted to name Custard. True. K9 from K9. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, it is. I'm curious to see if, you know, the Neoromo name comes from anything else. I'm trying to take a peek here. Let's see. Pokemon origin. That's not what I meant. Name origin. Name origin. Poliwag is a corruption of Poliwag, outdated term for tadpole. Yeah, we know that, but I want to know about the Japanese name. Noyoromo may be a combination of random characters. Euro, the sound of slithering, and Kodomo, child. Okay, so tadpoles are kind of slimy and slithering, and then child, combine them together, Noyoromo. Alright, fine. And then something like that for these, sure. Makes sense. Aqua, again, I'm just putting this in the category of something that a child would nickname their Poliwag, like Flamey. Aquanaut, okay, now you're getting somewhere. Now you're getting somewhere. It might be Aquanaut in full. Also definitely possible, especially with this, like, cutting off every fucking word. Hocus is next, okay. Aquamar also sounds kind of cool. Might have been Aquamarine or Aqua, you know, Mar whatever. Poliwag is just so perfect because it's literally like a tad, you know, it's a tadpole with like a tail and it wags it. It's like a little wagging, and then Poly, whatever. Poliwhirl because the swirl. Poliwrath, big time. Aquamar kind of sounds sick, but I don't even think that was the name they were meaning. And Aquana, I don't think was the real name either. So, Wag, Whirl, Wrath are all steps up. Yeah, exactly. It's like definitely a progression. And keeping the beginning is kind of cool. I think this is just an easy final names. Easy final names here for me. This one is going to get interesting. Because we have Casey. I ain't going to go there. Then we have Hocus and Pocus. Which makes me want to know what the Alakazam was just going to be Alakazam too. Okay. That's weird. So, okay. In isolation, right? If Alakazam didn't exist, Hocus and Pocus would be pretty sick names. Pretty solid names. I don't think if it was only Abra and Kadabra and Alakazam never existed and it was just these two, I think we'd be super fine. Like, never would have had any sort of issue with the names being Hocus Pocus. We would have been fine with that. But, you know, because Mr. Spoons here exists of Alakazam, it doesn't even make sense. Because whenever you think, like, Abracadabra, Alakazam just feels like it makes sense. So Alakazam definitely probably came later. So they, like, they had these names and then they're like, Hocus Pocus Alakazam, that doesn't make sense. So they're like, we gotta change something here. And so that's probably what happened, is they changed the names. Yeah, same thing. Exactly. So yeah, I think with that in mind, these names are really good. But in context with Alakazam, I think you gotta keep these Abracadabra names. I think it's just kind of have to. Otherwise, it would just be so weird. It wouldn't work. You would need a different name for Alakazam. You would need a different name for an Alakazam, too. Okay, so Machop, Machoke, Machamp. I'm not even gonna try to attempt these names. We're just gonna let them exist. Karate, Kung Fu, and Judo. Hocus Pocus Shazam? Maybe, but... Shazam as like the name of Pokemon? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would go with that. Anyway. Machoke, Machamp, Machop. Karate, Kung Fu, Judo. You know, in a way, I do like some of these. I do like these names, but in another way, I don't. The final names were safety picks. I think this is the case for a lot of them, where like I don't think a lot of the names were necessarily supposed to be final names. They were just sort of like placeholders, where like you see this for other stuff all the time in like sort of beta assets or like anything where like you're just naming something so that when someone's like reading it in code or whatever it is, they'll read it and know what it is instantly. They don't have to memorize like these 150 names. They'll be like, oh, Karate, that's that fighting looking guy. Oh, Kung Fu, that's the next one. Judo, oh, okay, that's the last one, because Judo, you're on the ground, you need like having extra arms for wrestling would be great. So I think that's the case for a lot of these names. They're just like placeholder names where like you'll know what it is right away when you're like developing it or whatever. So I think that's why a lot of them aren't as great, but even with that, your cat left you, Sag. R.I.P. Machoke is the weird one to me. Machoke has always been the weird one because it's like it's a very violent action, or it's like, oh, he choked, he failed, he lost, but then he turned around and became a Machamp. So I don't know what the story is they're trying to tell. I don't know if they're trying to tell this story or like, oh, I choked. I almost had the belt, but he already has a belt. So it's like, yeah, like a choke hold or like, I don't know. It's very violent. I always thought Machoke's name was like kind of strange, just because like even like a choke hold in wrestling or whatever, it's like that's like pretty violent compared to like a chop or just like champ. He's just like, yeah, I'm the fucking champ. Let's go. I like these. I think having the names like have the same sort of prefixes like the polys is good, just to help people like quickly memorize that they're part of an evolution change. So they are kind of lame names, but I also think it would be kind of lame to name them like these like kind of silly just respellings of types of fighting. Machop, Mapunch, Machamp. Yeah, I don't know, maybe, I wonder what, like, I'm sure there was other names they considered here. That's what I want to know. I want to see the list of names they considered for this line, because I bet they landed on Machamp and were like, ooh, I like that. And then Machamp, they're like, ooh, yes. But then here they're like, oh, now what? And so because it had the mock, maybe they wanted the mock, so then they're like, oh, Machoke. Because that's the only thing that has CH. That's probably what happened. That's actually probably what happened. That's a good call. Because the others have CH, they're probably like, well, what's another CH? Choke, I guess. It's fighting, kind of. Yeah. It's so weird. I think overall, I'm happier having these names than these names. These names seem like pretty cheesy. I don't really know how else to describe it. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. But chill, stoner cousin. Alright, speaking of kind of silly, not gonna try to pronounce these. I'm assuming they're like plays on jellyfish or whatever. But Jilly, obviously a play on like jelly because jellyfish, and then Manowar, which is just like legitimately a jellyfish. That's like the name of a jellyfish. It's a Portuguese Manowar. It's like extremely dangerous or something, right? Isn't it like poisonous or whatever? I think something like that, right? Yeah, Portuguese Manowar. I'm pretty sure they're poisonous, but I don't know. I just knew that they were like a real jellyfish. Is really the only thing that matters there. It's the only thing I was really trying to get at. But either way, yeah, it plays on jellyfish names. Tenta C being like a play on tentacle, and then tentacool itself just being like sounding like tentacool, but tentacle, but tentacool, but tentacool, and then tentacruel is like, oof, just a beautiful extension play on words because it's like evolved and it's more mean looking, and yeah, it's just perfect. It's perfect. Would never want Jillian Manowar over Tentacool, Tentacruel. They're so good. They're so well done. The frowny face, everything. Perfect. Perfect. Gallop, Rapidash. I feel bad for the Japanese fans. I think this name is trash. I think Gallop is a trash name. This is like in the category of Flamey and Aqua for me. This is in the Flamey and Aqua category of like you name the horse Pokemon, nickname it Gallop because horses gallop. Dude, Rapid Dash? It's dashing so rapidly it's got fucking flames on it. Are you kidding? No shot. Rapidash. Rapidash easily wins this. Easily wins this. Not even gonna spend more time on it. Not even gonna spend more time on it. Yadon. Don't know if that's like yawn or something. Who knows? Slow-mo, Slowpoke. Alright, I need to pull this up. Yeah, Weeping Bell, Bellsprout, those were all the Jilly, Jellyfish, Gravel, Golem, Ponyta, Gallop. Imagine Ponyta and then Gallop. Ugh, gross. Slow-mo and Slowbro. Slow-mo and then Slowbro, huh? So it was still always going to be Slowbro. Slow-mo. It's honestly not that much different than slowpoke, right? Like slowpoke is something you call someone like, oh, stop being a slowpoke, right? So it's like not necessarily a word or a name that they came up with. That's something that you just call people when they're being slow sometimes. You call them a slowpoke, not after the Pokemon. That's just like a thing that you say. That's just a thing you say. So, slow-mo, because he like moves slow, but I think slowpoke kind of fits a little bit better, because like that is what you would. I feel like back then people wouldn't say slow-mo. They wouldn't say you're moving like slow-mo, or like you're moving in slow-mo, because back then there wasn't a lot of that happening. But slowpoke, that was like just what you would call someone that's being slow as a child. So I think slowpoke's great. I think slowpoke's fine. Slow-mo's not bad. Slow-mo's not bad. It's like almost more creative in a way. So I feel like this is kind of a tie, but I think I still would prefer slowpoke. But I wouldn't be against if they had gone slow-mo. Okay, this one's kind of cool. So Magnemite, Magneton, Coil, and Recoil. So Coil made me think like a Tesla coil, right? That's like it's like the fucking thing with the electricity. But it's not really a magnet, right? Like I get Coil because like generates electricity, but doesn't really fit. Like these names would work with something that looked different. That's how I feel about it. I think these names would be alright with something different, though I don't think Recoil's good. Because Recoil, I think, taking the damage back after doing like a double edge or something. But I think just for that alone, like it's a magnet, so Magnemite, Magneton, maybe they could have done slightly different, like as long as they had Magna and then did something at the end, I think those names would have been better than Coil or Recoil. Magneton, because it's like a ton of them. Magnemite, because it's like a little singular one. Yeah, I think Magnemite, Magneton, definitely better than Coil, Recoil, because it's got Magnet in the name. Which is like it's almost to that point of being too on the nose, right? It's almost to the point of being too on the nose. But it's not, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. And Coil just doesn't really feel like it fits because like nothing about it is really a coil. Like it's a circle and then it's got magnets on the ends. So Magduo, well there isn't a second stage with two. But it's not bad. Mag Trio, just copying Doug Trio is a little silly, but yeah, okay. Alright, so I'm curious about this far-fetched one. Fowler, I guess, yeah, fowl would just be because like birds are fowls, like fowl, whatever. Right? Fowl is like what, it's a bird, that's what that is, so that makes sense. But yeah, Fowler's not bad. Farfetch is a pretty weird name actually, now that I think about it. I wonder if there's any more to that beyond that, if there's like some sort of like Japanese lore that I don't know about. Let's see. I think there's gonna be something about this. So what does Farfetch come from? What does Farfetch come from? My research suggests the true origin isn't a million miles away from the version above. What's the version above? Chinese folklore, couldn't find. Yeah, Yeah, okay, okay. So, where does a legend comes from the Japanese saying Kamo ga negi wo shotu kudu. Literally meaning a duck comes bearing green onions. This phrase can shortly be simplified to that, which when written is katakana, is far-fetched Japanese name. Interesting. Take a step back and far-fetched itself. Japanese name of kama meaning duck refers to variety of green. This is specifically far-fetched carrying. That didn't really give it information for the name itself, as far as I know. It didn't really help us. Were they trying to do a Dodu thing? No, that'd be Doduo. Or like Dodo, yeah, Doduo, probably. But for Farfetch, I think it's like different. I guess it's just like far-fetched meaning unbelievable because it's a bird carrying a stick of an onion or whatever? Is that really all it is? I guess that's all it is. It's like far-fetched that it has a leak. Something surprising but convenient. I guess? Sure. I don't know if I would necessarily... Yeah, I don't know. It's a leak, yeah, whatever. Fowler versus Farfetched. What do you guys think on Fowler versus Farfetched? I don't find either name particularly amazing. I kind of like Fowler. I like the idea of doing foul as like part of the name, but for some reason the ER, I don't like how it sounds at the end. Fowler versus Farfetched. Farfetched is such a weird one because it's got like the apostrophe D thing. Yeah, I think the Japanese name is basically literally like duck with leek or garlic or whatever. Farfetch versus Fowler. This might be the toughest one yet. I just really don't care for either of these names that much. It's far-fetched that it's carrying a leak, I guess. It's because far-fetched name with the apostrophe D thing is so unlike all the other names. I feel like that makes me think that I should choose Fowler, because then it would just fit more with like other names being like names without weird like symbols in it. So I guess I would go Fowler. It feels wrong. It feels wrong for me to say that, but I think just because it would fit better without, like, in terms of not having this weird apostrophe. Because, like, far-fetched, you could have this name for, like, anything that is unlikely, right? Like, it's not particularly set to being related to this bird type of character. So I think, yeah, I think for that alone, I'm gonna go with Fowler here. Maybe a controversial opinion. Maybe a controversial opinion. I'm gonna go P, and then we'll resume on Dodo/Doduo. I think both of those names are decent, but I think I know which one I like more. Garliduck. Garliduck would be funny. I feel like, yeah, I feel like you could have done something with like foul and leak, like Fowleek, or who knows. Doesn't matter because we're on to Doduo, Dodo. I think Doduo is like way better. Dodo obviously playing on like the bird that went extinct. But Doduo, because it has 2 heads, just feels right. Just feels right. And I think it matches better with Dodrio. Doduo, Dodrio, Dodo, Dodrio. Dodo sounds a little too stupid. I mean, it is stupid, but I think just Doduo. To me, this just feels like easy Doduo. All right, Dugon, Jugon, 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 Jugon. I don't know. Manatee, like that's what they're playing with there, obviously, is Manatee. And then Dugong, which is very different. So my initial thought is like dew, water, okay. And then what's this? What is it? Oh, Dugong. Oh yeah, right. Okay, never mind. Dugong's a real thing. I forgot. Dugong's an actual animal. I don't know why I forgot that, but yeah, a dugong is an actual animal. So then they change it to have like dew, as in like morning dew, wet waterness, and there you go. This makes sense. Are they extinct? I don't think so, right? Yeah, I definitely remember learning about them before. It is the only living representative of the once diverse family Dugongidae. Close relative, the stellar sea cow was hunted to extinction. Sag. Dugong has been hunted for years. Dugong's current distribution is fragmented. Many populations are believed to be close to extinction. Yeah, that's not too surprising, unfortunately. But as far, so both of the names make sense. Dugong and Manatee, they're both like real things. Right? I mean, they're both real things, manatees and then dugongs. I guess it kind of looks a bit more like a dugong than a manatee, and that's why they went with dugong. That's my guess. Manatees are a little bit more like chubby and silly looking, whereas a dugong, like an actual one, looks a little bit more like, I don't know what, the shape of its head is like a little bit better looking, maybe. They both look pretty similar, actually. They both look pretty silly and goofy. Maybe they just like the play on words with dew. I kind of like that too. Manatees are like potatoes. Dugongs aren't that far off though. Seal manatee versus seal dugong. Seal manatee versus seal dugong. Maybe another reason is because the Y, like, so for obviously if someone knows that a manatee is a real thing, they would say manatee. But maybe this is a case of they didn't want people pronouncing it wrong or like tried to avoid it. So instead of because some people might say manatee that are, you know, ignorant to manatees existing. So they might say manatee and be like, that's weird. I don't know why that name means anything. And so I guess they went with dugong, which is funny because dugongs are definitely less known by people. I mean, I forgot about it. Forgot it was a real thing for a second there. So in terms of that, it definitely is less known. But yeah, I mean, not the first language, but I also think that A lot of the, like, this is pre-release, not in Japan. This is pre-release for NA. This is pre-release for NA. Like, this poster that we're looking at was a poster, you know, these were during promotional period that preceded the English release. So these were like promotions for us, basically. So the intention was that these names were for us. And so it was in promotional materials and stuff before our release, but to get people interested. So I think that's also, I think it would be a little unfair to say that, like, yeah, I guess in terms of lack, I mean, it's hard to know where they were in the process, right? Had these names already been vetted by English sort of advertising folks at that point? My guess is kind of yes. I mean, a lot of these name changes would say so. Like, I don't think they would have been able to come up with Hocus Pocus on their own, really. Or maybe that one they could have, but like some of these other ones probably could not have come up with them without outreach to NA and stuff. A lot of them are more spot on, like Hocus Pocus, like this next one coming up, Spirit, Spectre, Phantom, Kung Fu. A lot of them are more spot on. And then I think they kind of went through and were like, okay, we need to make these sound more like customized names, more original, not as real, like maybe have elements of real words, but not just straight up real words like spirit and stuff. I think that's where a lot of this translation comes in, and maybe that's also partly why they wanted to be like, we don't want it to be literally manatee, so let's make it dugong, even though dugong is kind of a real thing. Most people don't know about it. And then I think I like dugong more just because of the play on words, and because I would be annoyed by people saying manatee that are ignorant, dumb people. Not that they're not actually, but like, it would be annoying to have someone say manatee. It's like when someone says Zapdos, when it's just Zapdos. You just read the letters, Zapdos. There's no A in the middle. It's just Zapdos. It's not Zapdos, okay? Anyway, moving on. Ghastly Haunter Gengar, Spirit, Spectre, Phantom. These are great nicknames for Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. And that's where they should stay, is nicknames that you name your Ghastly Haunter and Gengar. They do not belong as Ghastly Haunter and Gengar's names. Ghastly I think's cool because he is kind of ball of gas, and then he's ghostly, so it's ghastly. Combine ghostly and ghastly. Wonderful. Haunter, he's gonna haunt your dreams. Feel like maybe it's just me, but whenever I think of Haunter, I think of you put him to sleep with hypnosis and then you use nightmare. He's gonna haunt your dreams. That's what he does. Haunter, it's great. Gengar, this is where I get a little lost. This is where I'm like, well, I don't know what exactly this is trying to put together. Like where Gengar's names actually come from, but something about it sounds nice. Saying it sounds nice. Maybe a doppelganger? Something like that? I think that's what I just Googled and it said. Doppelganger? Okay. I could see that. Because it's a ghost, can change into other things, can doppelgang. It can, like, you know, get into real life objects and possess them. And it's like, isn't it supposed to be on his shadow or something? The kanji, apparently, can be read as gen, and is used in words meaning phantom or illusion. There's also a striking pronunciation similarity to the Danish word genganger, a term for ghosts found in Scandinavian folklore. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for me. But yeah, I mean, this is just an obvious Ghastly Haunter Gengar. These are nicknames that you name your Pokemon. The other is actual names for Pokemon. Kind of like this next one with Drowsy. Though, not... Yeah, Sleeper's a little bit too bland. Sleep is its name? Is that the actual name?
Look away for 20 seconds. I kind of skipped the last one, so I actually need to do it this time. Spectre is a pretty badass nickname, actually. Spectre's a pretty good one. Ghost and Phantom are alright, but Spectre's a badass name. His name is literally just Sleep in the Japan version. That's kind of whack. It's kind of whack. Anyway. Drowsy is like more of a play on words, so I'm always a fan of that. Sleeper is like... feels boring. Yeah, it's not whack to them. I think, again, my theory of a lot of these names were more placeholder names than actual what they wanted them to be. Or there was like, they just went with these names and then someone was like, we want them to not actually be real words. And so that's why they kind of change it. It's like Whitey's here in NA naming themselves plain Japanese worlds feeling badass. Yeah. I'm just going drowsy. Has more play on words about being like drowsy, sleepy, but with, you know, a Y and whatever. And sleeper just feels a little too boring to me. A little too boring. And again, could be a nickname you use to nickname your hypno or drowsy. Kingle is a funny name. I like this name. Kingle is funny as fuck, dude. Kingler, Kingle, Kingler. I wonder if that's funny. I wonder if that is just the letter getting cut off. I feel like that would just be the name getting cut off, but you would imagine it is, right? I feel like there's no way this was actually the pre-name and it was just like the letter got cut off like some of these others, but Kingler is just cool, too good. Kingler's just way better than King, like what? Because then you would just start pronouncing it different. You just said like Kingly, Kingle, Kingler sounds way better. It's got more of a to it. Extreme in full. Okay, so you can't see this hover. So when there's the dotted line, it means I can hover over it, and there's like a little like thing that pops up, but you can't really see it. What it says is may be extreme in full. He did use hyper beam, I believe. He like opens his claw thing and it's like execute. That's weird. That it would have been execute. Extreme is kind of cool, but a little cheesy. Execute for the evolution is weird. Execute, executor. So the idea here is that the eggs are cute. I don't know what the utor comes from part, but I'm down, I guess. Executor, yeah, okay, yeah, that was Pepega. That was Pepega brain there. I wasn't listening to myself say it. I was more looking at the letters and rather listening to myself. Yeah, so yeah, that's actually pretty obvious. It is egg and then plus executor. See, the problem was that it sounds the same when I say it, executor and executor. Like unless I really stress the executor, it sounds like the same thing, executor and executor. So it didn't compute, but you're right. It is definitely based on executor and execute and yeah, and execute, like you execute someone, but it's also the eggs are cute, but it's also execute, like kill someone. Yeah, these names are way better. Extreme would have been kind of funny. Extreme would have been kind of funny. They need like another evolution or like a split evolution where it just has like sunglasses and it's named Extreme. That boom, we're done. I just created a Pokemon for Gen 9 or whatever. Executable? Executable. Executable, I think, is what I would say. Executable. 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 Yeah. Speaking of cute, you have Cubone. Orphan? That's fucked up. Cubone is a sad enough Pokemon as it is. Don't make me have to call it an orphan every time I call it out. That's just too much. That's too sad. That's too sad. Cub and Cubone. Cub plus being on bone. It's like Cub, bone. Uses bones. It's Cub. Guardia. I can see where that makes sense. Marowak, now compared to like being Cubone, makes me feel like maybe there's something missing. Marowak. I mean, whack, like smash something, that makes sense. But if there's anything more to it than that, curious. Marrow? Oh, bone marrow. Okay, yeah. Bone marrow and then whack. Okay, that makes sense. Because they went with like bone being in the name of Cubone, being a cub, but also bone. And then marrow, like marrow from a bone, and then whack. Nice. Last year, you learned you pronounce executable wrong. Everyone says wait, how does this? So you say executable. Is that what you say? Executable instead of executable. Executable. That's weird. That's weird. Executable. That is weird. Comparable, comparable. Oh. How the fuck what did I just say? Comparable. Alright, never mind. Okay. Anyway. Guardia's not bad. Orphan's just too sad. It's too sad. I'm going Cubone Marowak. Plus you have the like more wordplay with Marowak and Bone being in the name of Cubone is cool. So I like that better. Divisive has two ways of saying on it depending on who you are too. Divisive, divisive. Tomato, tomato. That's funny because you just typed the same word twice, and just because typing the same word twice, I feel like would make almost everyone say it like that. Tomato, tomato. Divisive. That's funny actually as fuck. It's like, I feel like tomato, tomato is one of those things where you could just type it and say like, how do you pronounce either tomato, like you would just type it twice and like anyone that's reading it aloud would just say tomato, tomato, even though the word's the exact same. Holy, yo, that's actually crazy. Okay, so Lee and Chan, a little too bland. They spice it up with some Hitmon because they're hitting Pokemon, and Hitmonchan. I think it sounds a little more cool. Lee and Chan are just like, they just sound like regular real names. Like Lee is a person's name. That is a person. Chan is like, you know, a last name. But Hitmonlee and like hit the Pokemon and Hitmon. Oh yeah, no, I know Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. I know the reasons why. I'm just saying, in terms of being Pokemon names themselves, it'd be kind of whack to just like literally have the Pokemon named Lee and Chan. That'd be weird. It'd be like having a Pokemon named like Darren or like Jack or Joseph. You know what I mean? It'd just be like, what? Hank? Yeah, like Hank the Pokemon. Like what? What? That's too weird. Casey? Yeah, true. Yeah. Some of the Japanese names I feel like are pretty crap. Like Lucky. We'll get to that later though. Yeah, Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, easy. Oh, this is a pretty good name. Tongue-tied? That's funny. That's a good name. I'm not against either of these names. I'm not against either of these names. Tongue-tied and Lickitung. Like Lickitung because you obviously lick with the tongue. Tongue-tied. Maybe this is another case of like Stupid Americans can't pronounce words right, so they would read it as, like, I don't know how they would say it differently, but... RPB is our example of why this is not the name they went with. Tongue-getted. This is perfect. Perfect. Thank you for demonstrating why they didn't go with this name and went with Lickitung instead. Because you can't get that wrong. It's pretty hard to get Lickitung. Like Licky tongue, same thing though. You still get the lick and the tongue part. I think I would go with Lickitung. But yeah, that's funny. I'm not even gonna waste our time here. What is this? NY. Oh, New York and LA. Okay, very funny. Very funny. Very funny. NY and LA, New York and Los Angeles. You're very clever. You're very clever. Obviously, these names are better. Obviously, I don't even need to go into why these are terrible names. These were definitely placeholder names, but they are funny placeholder names. Coughing and wheezing are great. Happy Wheezing Wednesday, by the way. I think I Speaking of Wheezing Wednesday, I don't know why I decided to tweet this, but I did. Happy Wheezing Wednesday. Some OG wheezing art here. Super OG wheezing art. Solid. Anyway, let's move on. Galar wheezing, best wheezing. I hate the Galar wheezing, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, maybe not. I think I probably hate some of the other Galar forms more. Well, I think it's mainly just I hate Sword and Shield, so then byproduct of that is that it makes me hate the Pokemon in it. But there's some good ones. That, like, giant raven looking thing is pretty fucking badass. I don't know what that one's called, but it's pretty freaking crazy looking. Galar Wheezing is just, like, so goofy, but I guess that's okay. Wheezing is also kind of goofy. Well, see, Wheezing really wasn't that goofy, but then in the anime they had him as Team Rocket's guy, and so like he ended up in goofy situations, so then he kind of got like that goofiness tagged on just by being associated with Team Rocket, I feel like. Speaking of terrible, boring names, Lucky? What a terrible name. What is this? What is this, Lucky Charms? Lucky the Leprechaun? Chansey isn't really even that good of a name either though. If I'm gonna be honest, Chansey ain't that great of a name. It's really not much better. It's just the same thing. Chance as opposed to luck. But the point is that like it was hard to get Chansey / Lucky. Like it was like very hard to catch. It didn't show up that often. Even before Golden Egg existed or whatever. Or Lucky Egg, actually. I think it's called Lucky Egg that it drops. But yeah, Chansey is basically just because it has a very low like chance of showing up in the wild and stuff. So like the chance of getting one is rare. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's just a rare Pokemon, so you won't have a chance of seeing it that often, etc. I think I like Chansey better. Definitely ended up, I think, working better with like the evolutions too. Because like if you had Lucky, then what would you name? Like what would you end up naming the evolution, right? Like what would you? Like Blissey and Happiny? I don't know. I don't know what you name them. Fortunazer? Okay. We're moving on. We're moving on to the next one. Blissey lucked out. Alright, Tangela. Medusa. Obviously, I mean, pretty clear where this one's coming from. You know, Medusa, snakes, tentacle things, being all over Tangela. I think Medusa would be a little bit like pulling too much exactly from mythology names. Tangela works because it's like a tangling web of branch vines and stuff. Medusa, calling it Medusa when it's like it doesn't look badass. It is kind of creepy just because like you never get to see its face, so that part is creepy. That's always been creepy about Tangela, I will say that. But not like creepy, I'm gonna turn you to stone, kill you creepy of Medusa. Like snakes on my head Medusa. So I think Tangela's, I think, a little bit more toned down for like children version, and I just think it fits better. I think it fits a little bit better. I'm going Tangela. Goldie? That's what you nickname your Goldine. That's not what you call Goldine. That's what you nickname Goldine. Goldine's not an amazing name. Not an amazing name. But it is a name. Just goldfish and queen. So it works because Goldine, gold, queen evolves into sea king. It just works better. More wordplay. Kind of cooler. Again, directly taking from like a god mythology name would be kind of meh. Did your stretches Melusa? Okay. Snakes on my head, Medusa. Did stretches today, I'm a loser. Wait, I'm a loser? Wait. Anyway. Scyther. Strike with a Y. Scyther. I feel like there's been a number of names where they had a word, they changed one of the vowels to a Y to be cool, and then someone was like, don't do that, Americans are dumb, they'll say it wrong. Let's just do a different name. Though, it does also have a Y, and if they're going with the Americans are dumb thing, someone could be like, Skether. There's no way someone's gonna say Skether though. Like, think the Y does like an E sound. It's just always gonna be I, like Sigh. I mean, they could do Scyther. They could read it wrong and say Scyther instead of Scyther. But Strike is a little too... Scyther I feel like makes more sense because it's like slicing. It sounds like slicing. Where Strike, I mean, Strike, it still works for Strike, but I feel, when I hear Scyther, I think of slice, but also as the name origin says, scythe, like, you know, for reaping, plus er, scyther, because he's got those big scythe-like arms. Makes sense to me. Hangs out in the grass. Seems good. Okay, this name is fucking badass. Skullkraken. That's hard to pass up. That's... Okay, hold on. Let's check any in between here. Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Medusa, Kangaskhan, Horsey, Seadra, Goldie, Neptune, Starmie, Staryu, Mr. Mime. Electabuzz, Jinx, Scyther, Magmar, Pinsir, Tauros, Magikarp, Skullkraken. Dude, Skullkraken's kind of sweet. I wonder if, so my only guess is that the Gyarados name, like something wordplay-wise, maybe based on Japanese names, we don't know. Gyarados may derive from Gyaku Sas, whatever, massacre, slaughter, and hardship, adversity. Both words relate to the creature's violent nature and the hardship it experienced before evolving. In addition, Gyaku means reverse or contrary, referring to it being weak and then being strong. Makes sense. Could also be combining Gala and Dosu, antiquated term for knife. I mean, Skullkraken's pretty badass. The problem is, it's not really a Kraken. It's like a Leviathan, right? It's more of a like a Kraken, I think, like giant octopus, more like tentacle stuff going on, right? Whereas like, it's a sea serpent, Leviathan, Chinese dragon, whatever. Magidragon? Magidragon wouldn't be bad. I think I like Gyarados more. In terms of like wordplay and stuff, it doesn't like, it's not something we would know off the top of our head without looking it up. Whereas Skullkraken, I'm like, oh, I know, Kraken is like that, like sort of like giant evil whatever thing in the water. But Kraken is both like, it's Kraken. I think it's, for me, Kraken, I think of more like, not exactly a giant squid, but like giant squid-like with a bunch of arms and stuff. So Gyarados doesn't really fit that because he's more of like a sea serpent, Leviathan type of thing. Maybe not Leviathan, he's really not. He's more of a sea serpent, sea dragon kind of thing. So yeah, I think this is just Gyarados for me. The name itself, if I like took out all context, I guess, and compared both names, I would take Skullkraken just because I know what it is. But it doesn't fit it. It's not as fitting, and plus the OG name is Gyarados, so I'm usually not against like keeping the same name for both. Laplace, Lapras, Ness. Ness, obviously being a play on Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. I think Lapras is fine. Obviously, it's similar to this name. Corruption of Laplace, yeah, which is Laplace is Pierre Simon Laplace, a mathematician who wrote several books on properties of seas and tides. Oh, I didn't know that. Laplace may be derived from Laplace, Laplace for seat, referring to how people sit on Lapras. May also be derived from lapis lazuli, bright blue gem. I think Nessie, any of those variants are a little too on the nose of just taking from stuff that we already know about. So yeah, I think Lapras is better. Ditto, Morpho. Morpho would be a pretty decent name actually for Ditto, Morpho, Metamon. I don't know what Metamon means, but Morpho wouldn't be a bad name. Go, Morpho. Yeah. I mean, it's just taking the word morph and then O, but like Ditto is also... For like a moment there, I was like, wait. Is Ditto... Did people start saying Ditto because of Ditto, or did Ditto come from Ditto? Yeah, it's a letter swap. But yeah, I mean, Morpho and Ditto are both fine. Ditto is a cuter name, maybe? I wonder, what would you say? Oh, this is actually kind of close for me. Morpho. Ditto. I feel like Ditto is cuter sounding. I think they're pretty tied, but I'll give a slight edge to Ditto. Yeah, I think, yeah, kids born after Pokemon both are true until they learn. Yeah, I think Ditto and Morpho, I'm like pretty even on. I think I like both of those names, but I'll give Ditto the edge because it sounds a little bit cuter. You about the Ditto Evo or something in Pokemon Go, Melton? I've heard about that. I don't really know about it. I've seen pictures of what it looks like and stuff, but I don't really know the actual details of its lore. Okay, Eevee. Eon. Eeview. Surprised it isn't called Putty. Maybe. So let's see. Name origin. Eevee and Eevee are pronunciations of E/V, the first words in evolution. First letters in the word evolution. Makes sense to me. I don't really know where eon, I mean, eons, expansive eons of space and things, I guess, but indefinite can become anything. Eon, Eevee. Eevee sounds cuter. Eon works, but I think I'll just give it to Eevee because it's also matches the Japan version of like sounding like the first letters of the word evolution kind of thing. Like the E and the V for evolution because it can evolve into multiple different things. No, not Eon like Eon. Eon like expansive space can turn into anything, you know, like, you know, indefinite, long period of time, etc. Yeah, generational. That said, I like Eevee more. Sounds cuter. Eon's not bad though. Eon's not bad. Slight edge to Eevee. Porygon, 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 Porygon. I think they got scared about Americans being dumb, and so they're like, we need to give them the letter E. And then they're like, you know what? Let's give them a chance. And then added the Y. That's all I have to say about this. That's all I have to say about this. I don't care. Porygon with a Y is cooler because Ys are cooler than E's. I said it. Omanyte, Omanyte. Huh. Seeing the Japanese name of this one makes it interesting. I would love to know more detail about like what this could mean. Cargo, like when I think cargo, I think like a load of cargo, a load of stuff. So I don't know where that's really coming from. But Omanyte is because that's like an actual, like, I think it's like that's like an actual thing, like an Ammonite or an Omanyte. That's like an actual thing. It's not just like Onite, like it's actual, like, here, I'll show you. It's like an actual thing. Like, this is an Omanoid, which is this is an Omanyte. Like, it's an actual thing. And I think so. It'd be like an Ammonite. So it's like a real thing. So it makes sense that they would go with that, along with the things you said. And then keeping with the Japanese names for those reasons. It's interesting that they like wanted to add these extra letters of A. I have no idea why they would add the extra letter. Maybe there's like, let's see. Yeah, I have no idea why they added the extra A compared to like the Japanese one not having it. Oh, okay, hold on, ready? Trivia, this is, I don't know how true this is. Apparently, the S name and cargo, if you combine them, brain, escargot. The French word for snail. Which these are basically snails. Makes sense. That's where it comes from, escargot. Clever. Clever, but meh. I mean, abracadabra, okay, same kind of thing, escargot, but I think it's cooler sticking with like Ammonites being a real thing, or however you're supposed to pronounce it, and then that way it also like stays close to the Japanese name, but still is like kind of neat. It's really weird. I have no idea. I'm like, so I want to know why they added the A's and then changed the Y from an I. That's so, like, I need to know. I need to know, but I don't think there's any, as far as I know, there's no answer for why that is the case, but I really want to know that. Maybe that's like pronunciation thing, like maybe in Japan it would be spelled like this, but you would read it like this, like Ammonite, even though it just would be Omnite by the spelling here. Could be that. Could be that. RPP mentioned that. It could be. Either way, yeah, I think I like these names better than escargot. If these names didn't exist, escargot would be. It's funny. It is funny. I'll give it that. But I think I like these names better because they're like kind of like real things, sort of. Okay. So I imagine the same thing's going to be for Kabuto Kabutops. Kabuto Kabutops at Atlantis. I'm almost thinking that these, at this point, that these were, you know, placeholder names like some of these other ones. Of like, let's just name it this. This isn't what we're actually going to name it later. And they just stuck with the Japanese names. I'm fine with that. I don't know the reason for it. I don't necessarily even care if I know the reason for it. Let's see. Derived from Kabutogani, horseshoe crab. Kabuto is also the Japanese word for helmet, specifically traditional helmet samurai wear. Okay, so I guess that's just how you pronounce horseshoe crab, is like Kabuto blah blah blah. And then they just like added a little stuff to it to make it interesting. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I like those names. Same kind of idea as the escargot thing. Just like kind of a little too cheesy being Atlantis. Plus like having to actually call the Pokemon At would be weird. I'm at the At gathering with all the At trainers. We're gonna be at that with all of our Ats at about 7 o'clock. I'm gonna take my At and we're gonna go to the At training facility with all the Ats and yeah, it's just lame. Aerodactyl, Terra, because that's obviously the actual, pterodactyl this is how you would spell it. Pterodactyl. Spelling. Oh, pterodactyl. So okay, slightly different. Slightly different. Pterodactyl instead of pterodactyl, but you get the point. You get the point. Ptero. So they just named it Terra. Just like I'm a Terra. I'm a Terra in the battlegrounds with my Pokemans. Aerodactyl's kind of cool because like flying, aerodynamic, but then you still have the dactyl from being like a pterodactyl sort of thing. Yeah, Aerodactyl's better. Terra's meh. Dragoon and again with the Ys. They love the Ys, huh? Dragoon just makes me think of StarCraft. Dratini is a cuter name. Dragoon's kind of a cute name, I guess. But it's like a name that's associated with other things, whereas Dratini is like an actual unique kind of thing. So I think that alone just makes me like that better. And it's dragon plus tiny, which makes sense. Dragonair has always been a little bit of a weird name. I wonder if there's any... Oh, the air. That dragon air, like... Air, because flying, because it can fly, but also like heir to the throne. Like, it's almost a king. It's not quite the evolved version yet. Makes sense. I don't know if that's even in... Dragonair may be a combination of dragon and air, or debonair, referring to its graceful appearance and flying. It could also refer to a lair, the traditional home of a dragon. Yeah, all that makes sense to me. All of those combinations make sense. This is stupid. This is a lame name. Dragon with a Y. Fuck out of here. Dragoon would be kind of cute. Kind of cool name, but it's also used for other things, so I'm not opposed to that. Dratini. Dragon Tiny works for me. Dragonair. So I think most of them we ended up choosing, like, we preferred the final name. There was a couple where we were like even. And was there any that we just straight up preferred the old name? I'm trying to remember. Was there any Dragoon, Dragoose, Drag Trio? Drag Trio. Oh yeah, Ratatak. That one, that's the one that we definitely liked better than Rattata. I don't know if there was any others that stood out. We also liked Pidgeot instead of Pidgeotto, and switch Pidgeotto to be the final form of Pidgeot. We did like that better too. Is there any others we liked more? Slow-Mo was decent, kind of like Slowpoke a little bit more. Manatee, Fowler, and Farfetch. That's another one that was kind of even, or maybe prefer Fowler, or like change Fowler a little bit, make it slightly different. Farfetch is such a, it stands out of being such a weird name because of how it's got the apostrophe D thing. And like it could be applied to like, this name alone doesn't specifically stand out to mean like if you didn't know Pokemon and someone told you the name Farfetch, you would not know what to picture. You wouldn't know to picture like a bird. Or like if someone said Doduo or Dodo. If they said Dodo, you would picture a bird. Doduo, you might have to think about it. Ghastly, you might think of a ghost or like a gas ball or something, because gas. You get the idea. Any others? Any others that we liked more? Skullcrackum's kind of badass. Morpho. Yeah, okay. So overall, seems like most of the final names we prefer. Which is kind of what I expected, just because one, bias, but also because I imagine most of these names were sort of placeholder-ish ones while waiting for final cuts. So yeah, that was kind of cool. That was kind of neat. Foxfire forever? Forget it. You will die on this hill? No way, dude. Foxfire, trash name. Foxfire would be a good name for a move, but not for the Pokemon. Come on. So, we definitely need a stretch break. It's been 2 hours. Can you believe it? It's been 2 hours? It's insane. It's been 2 whole hours? What? 2 whole hours? Really? So let's go to the subreddit. Open up a PIL. Purtle's internet links for the day. This one's from a couple days ago because we haven't gotten to it yet. And, oh, I actually haven't, I did not open this one yet. Let's take a peek at this one. Tom Scott. The Tom Scott Special. The Tom Scott Special. Why Shakespeare could never have been French. Let's make myself smaller so you don't get Dan's gaming me. Alright, relax. I need to turn the audio up.
William Shakespeare, born 1564. You know what? I am tired of filming against an amateur hour lockdown green screen in a tiny, boxy, echoey room. So for the first time...
Where are we going, Tom?
Let's take the language files on the road.
Oh, shoot.
Go on location, Tom. It'll look spectacular. Yeah, maybe it will, but it's also about 2 degrees above freezing, and I'm being
2 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Some surprisingly aggressive swans. Anyway, Shakespeare, born in 1564 here in Stratford-upon-Avon. Shakespeare's plays and poetry have a certain rhythm and feeling to them. A French-speaking poet could not have written something that sounds like Shakespeare, because the language you speak affects the poetry and verse that it's possible for you to write. Let's start with English. English has what's called lexical stress. There's a difference in how we say the noun a contest versus the verb to contest. Stressed syllables are part of speech and poetic writing in English, and if you put the stress on the wrong syllable, it sounds ridiculous.
Syllable?
This is not going to be one continuous take. There's going to be a lot of really difficult things for you to perform in this script, so there's going to be jump cuts. Anyway, English also has prosodic stress, which is the difference between I want that, and I want that, which are all different interpretations of the same 3 words. I'm not talking about that kind of stress here. I'm talking about lexical stress, the stress that's built into the words that we use. Stress isn't normally something you have to consider too much while writing, but in English poetry, where metre and timing matter, you have to be very careful with it. But I figured Shakespeare would be quite a dull demonstration to start with, so instead, how about a less highbrow bit of poetry like a limerick? Not that Shakespeare was originally just highbrow, but that's a whole separate issue. Limericks. There once was a man from, well, from where? In increasing order of rudeness, he might be from Leeds, or Madras, or Nantucket. But the number of syllables in those names doesn't matter. You just make sure that the one stressed syllable is in the right place, and they all sound fine. But you can't have, there once was a man from Washington. doesn't quite sound right. The lexical stress is a little bit early, and you can't move that stress later because it sounds worse to say, there once was a man from Washington. Now, the lexical stress is wrong. For a limerick, the lexical stress has to land on the beat. Now, there is a solution. There once was a man from Washington. It's a little bit clunky. There's a pause in there. Compare that to French, which doesn't have lexical stress. Just to be clear, French speakers do still stress words to emphasize them. They use prosodic stress, but that's it. In French, by default, stress lands on the last syllable of an utterance. So, this is going to be really difficult to perform. I'm not going to attempt a ridiculous comedy French accent here, but if you experiment, you'll find you sound much more French when you emphasize only the last syllable. I think I got that. Anyway,
Making the sweatshirt French flag color.
In French.
Nice.
The feeling and sound of a limerick relies on the lexical stress, and that doesn't exist in French. So why does Shakespeare sound like Shakespeare? Well, because iambic and pentameter. Two words
classic
that make a fancy way
iambic
to say
pentameter.
stress every other syllable in pairs.
I
with
remember
5
learning
such
about this
pairs
in English
every
class.
line you write. And that was Shakespeare's style. Well, usually. He didn't stick to that for every line. And if you want to sound like him, that's how. If music be the food of love, play on. The reason Shakespeare sounds like Shakespeare is he wrote in rhythm, mostly, which is nice. But if you're translating that to French, well, the French can't do that. Yes, there are all sorts of exceptions for poetic reasons, the same as English can break its own rules sometimes. But in general, French stress sits at the end of the utterance. You can translate Romeo and Juliet's words and sentences and meanings into French, sure, but it won't sound like Shakespeare. It can't sound like Shakespeare. So instead, some translators use an equivalent French form, the Alexandrine. 12 syllables per line, broken into 2 parts. And it should also rhyme, stress the end of each half.
What do you mean, what is he
This is
talking
why
about?
poetry and translation often doesn't sound right or even poetic, because you need to translate not just the words, but the style and the stress patterns as well. Yes, you can adapt the style, play with it a bit. English does have an Alexandrine form, but it doesn't work in quite the same way as the original French, and French does not work in iambic pentameter. Are there French poets with the same skills of wordplay and drama that Shakespeare had? Of course, but they could never sound like Will. There's more about translating texts, including Old English becoming very modern English, in my co-author Gresham McCulloch's podcast, Lingthusiasm. There's a link on screen or in the description.
Yes. Good stuff, Tom. So, yeah, the rhythm, like the iambic pentameter rhythm part, because of the way that the French language works, it always stresses a word at the end or whatever, whereas English, depends on the word itself, on where you stress, is what he was getting at. Which is kind of neat, because I never really thought about translating. I never thought about how translating, I've thought about how translating would fuck up, like music, like rapping or just any other songs. But then translating poetry, I guess I hadn't considered, just because I don't think about poetry, but why French? I don't know. He probably just chose it. So maybe it was the most famous, the most well-known language that has that, potentially. I don't know why he chose it. Anyway, what happens to NYC's 3.2 million tons of trash? Let's find out.
This is just 3 days worth of trash. Most coming from
3
New York
days?
City. And that claw is taking it to be burned into electricity. But we're not actually in New York City. We're in Jersey.
Once the garbage man comes and picks it up, you don't think any more about it. But it has a long way to go after that.
None of New Yorkers' waste is processed in the city. Instead, it ends up as far away as Ohio, Pennsylvania, and even South Carolina. So getting trash from here to here takes thousands of workers, trucks, trains, cranes, and even barges, operating nonstop to ship waste across the East Coast.
It's crazy.
Rain, snow, hail, storm, there's no stopping us.
And it all costs the city hundreds of millions. Here's what actually happens to New York City's 3.2 million tons of trash a year. New York City's Department of Sanitation sends its fleet of 2,000 garbage trucks to start picking up at 5 a.m.
You have to keep active. Some guys like
Goes
to
to
work
Jersey.
out, some guys don't. Basically, it depends on you.
What do you do?
Me, I don't work out. This is my workout. This is my daily workout.
That's Frank, a 23-year veteran sanitation worker.
Well, you get immune to the smell. You don't smell garbage, you smell money. Checking to see how solid it is. You can tell when the truck is full.
Frank heads to the dump station in the Upper East
Never
Side.
countries in
By
East-
then, the sun's coming up.
Yeah, I actually knew about that too.
91st Street MTS doors will open as the truck comes in, and there's radiation detectors that will read the truck.
Trucks pause at the weigh station to help the city keep track of how much trash New Yorkers produce. Then handles tilt the hopper.
Then she'll push the blade, and the blade will push the material all the way out to clear the whole truck.
Damn.
It's roughly 450 to 600 tons a day.
Tractors move the trash into the containers beneath the
Every
ground.
day.
It's sort of a dance. One FBL will clear the wall, and one FBL
No
will
one can
load
afford
containers.
uranium.
Getting the material containerized as quickly as possible and sealed keeps that smell down.
A stamper then packs in the garbage. Mattresses are used like a sponge to sop up anything left over.
When we have garbage on the floor, it'll take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to load a container.
Once the Department of Sanitation seals a container...
Okay, so couple things. Being the guy operating this machine, it's kind of cool because you're supposed to be fast. Being this guy sucks. He just has to push it down. That's his job.
Mattresses are used like a sponge to sop up anything left over.
When we have garbage on the floor, it'll take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to load a container.
Once the Department of Sanitation seals a container and slides it out to the dock,
His job is
then
easier
goes
though,
to
kind of.
Covanta. The waste
Well,
energy
he's got to make
company
sure it
handles
fits
2
in, but
marine transfer stations in the city.
Containers are picked up by the crane and put on the barge. 48 containers go on the barge.
Every one of these containers represents a truckload that we have taken off of the city streets and out of the tunnels, reducing
probably more
carbon
than a
emissions
truckload, right?
and reducing congestion and wear and tear on the city's infrastructure.
A tug attaches to the loaded trash barge. Tug Captain Jason Harris
Let's go
is now in
tug,
charge.
tugboats.
He gets the go-ahead for a 9:30 a.m. departure.
They might not get
What you
paid the
see
same,
here
by
is
the
this-
way. Just wanted to point that out. They might not necessarily get paid the same because, like, you might have to have certain qualifications to operate certain machinery, and so then that's a whole nother
Called
thing,
Hell's
though.
Gate.
But
This is the upper end of the East River. Tides play a major factor in the times that we can transfer barges.
You can't go against the tide when it's max tide. It's too strong. We would actually come to a dead stop on this boat and barge. You wait until you can go with it.
Quite often,
That's
a
interesting.
barge
That's kind of cool
gets
that they have to
filled
work
up,
around
and
that,
we will
actually.
Have to wait 2, 3, maybe 4 hours before the tide is in the favor.
He navigates this heavy load safely along one of the busiest waterways in the world, down the East River, through New York Harbor to Staten Island. 3 hours later, the
Yeah,
tug
the
and
New York
barge back
accent.
up into the global transfer station.
It is an inherently dangerous operation to move heavy equipment overhead.
Then a train takes it to one of Covanta's waste-to-energy facilities. It can also get there via truck. All of Manhattan's residential trash goes to waste-energy facilities like this one, to be burned and turned into electricity. This facility processes up to 1 million tons of waste annually.
Once the trucks scale
That
in
guy's
and come up
playing
to the
like a
tipping
fucking
floor, they dump in front of one of these
arcade
bays.
game.
Tractors push the trash into a massive storage pit, 93 feet deep and 270 feet
moly.
long.
Between 8,000 and 9,000 tons are in the refuse pit. It's about 3 to 4 days worth of trash.
A
Holy
giant
fuck.
grapple claw descends over the trash. In one swoop, it can pick up as much as one trash truck carries.
God.
The claw builds a wall of trash to prevent it from avalanching onto the tipping floor. It also helps to make more space for incoming refuse.
Jesus.
You look at garbage a very different way since I've been working here. We create a lot of garbage as a population.
2 claws
No
work together
kidding.
in tandem, dumping trash into hoppers leading to the incinerator. Romeo's an expert giant claw operator.
21 years of playing the crane.
There was no shortage of fuel for our boilers. Toy Story is the first thing everyone thinks of.
Disney actually got inspiration for the Toy Story 3 incinerator sequence from the Covanta plant. The incinerators
That's
burn
cool.
the trash at 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It takes 1 to 2 hours to burn an entire hopper load.
We've now entered the control room area of the plant. This is the brain of the operation.
Yes, it is. And here's your brain. He's got camera views of the combustion zone.
9 million people. Yeah, true.
This place running correctly.
How important am I? I am the guy. I am the guy.
He's in the hot seat.
Russell monitors as the furnace heats up steam, turning this turbine and generating enough energy to power this plant and 46,000
That's
homes
pretty
in the
cool.
region.
I didn't know that they
After everything's burned,
do that.
all that's left over is ash and metal. This magnet pulls off enough metal to make 21,000 cars. The leftover ash goes to cover landfills. Next, the plant tackles those nasty fumes that burning trash causes. First, leftover gases go through a scrubber reactor. A lime slurry cleans any acid gases, and activated carbon absorbs pollutants. Then it goes through a baghouse, basically a bunch of filters. So what's left coming out of that smokestack?
Constituents of the flue gas is what's in normal air, like nitrogen, carbon dioxide, moisture. The alternative to this would be going to a landfill.
Waste to energy does produce CO2 emissions. But in a year, this process eliminates 1 million tons of CO2 emissions a landfill would have produced.
Yikes.
We generate a very small amount of methane. The methane we offset from a landfill results in an actual decrease of CO2 emissions.
The city
That's
hopes to
pretty
keep moving
crazy
trash
cool.
on waterways to facilities like this one. It's all part of its goal of becoming zero waste to landfill by 2030, but that is becoming harder and harder to reach. Only about 30% of New York City's waste turns into energy. The rest ends up in harmful methane-producing landfills as far away as South Carolina and Ohio. And it takes a significant investment to move it.
Takes a lot
Every
of gas
year,
to move
exporting
that. Yeah,
trash
true.
costs the city about $400 million.
True.
So why does New York City send its trash so far away? In 1881, New York City's streets were notoriously filthy. So dirty, people were getting sick. So the Department of Sanitation was established to clean up the streets.
8.4.
And the department did help mop up the city. But the city quickly ran out of room to put all its trash. In the early 1900s, the city turned to dumping trash into the ocean. Even though it was illegal, as much as 80% of the city's trash ended up in the sea. This continued until 1934, when a Supreme Court case forced the city to stop ocean dumping. In the 70s, incinerators used for much of the 1900s were closed down because they didn't meet the EPA's clean air standards. So the city opened up landfills across the 5 boroughs, including at one point, the world's largest. In 1973, New York even built out Lower Manhattan using trash mounds. But even that wasn't enough. With nowhere else to put it, the city began sending its waste to other states.
Most of the landfills in this
Shout out to the
area
Hudson
have been
River.
closed down, so the available landfills are getting further and further away.
Exporting trash is a costly practice with a big environmental footprint, and it puts the burden on communities far from these shiny skyscrapers. For now, New York City's only choice is to keep
I
exporting
remember that
the trash.
picture.
But ultimately, the department says the best solution would be getting New Yorkers to waste less altogether.
Trash is like one of those things that you put it outside and forget about it. I think everybody should know what happens to what they get rid of. If you know where it's going and you don't like where it's going, maybe you'll find ways to recycle things.
I would never take anything home because my wife wouldn't allow it. But there'll be a but there. If I see something that's Star Wars, I'm gonna look for it and if it's good, I'm gonna take it home.
Star Wars fan. Okay. Alright, not bad. So, I did open the link that Havens did. Yeah, that's. Did she actually die, or were you just kidding? I need to refill my water, and I think we're gonna grab apple break. So I'll pull up some more pictures. There's lots of pictures and things to go over, but let me go grab this first, at least. I guess at first you can. I can show you a little picture. Show you a little picture. A little cute picture. A little cute curb. No, but in about 200 years, for Emerald Donuts can be lit up. Yeah, it could be dangerous. Ooh, 2 notifications? Oh, nice. Zorro liked the Happy Wheezing Wednesday post. Nice. Alright, so we have another game I'm gonna play. Because we've kind of finished our Pokemon thing for today. But Steam is launching, so we have to wait for Steam to finish launching. So, I'm gonna eat my apple and look at some things. LeBron James, that's not a bad one. We gotta more stuff like that. 40. Oh yeah, Havens was not happy about this, I know. The Rock is going to be Black Adam. And I know Havens is not happy about that. He looks like he would be fine, but I imagine the movie will be not so great. So that's not good, at the very least. That said, let's see LeBron James here.
Yeah.
That is a convoluted setup, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Hall of Famer, how did you not know?
That's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. Let me go back to here because I think Steam's about to freak out. And I would prefer if that didn't happen. Yeah, okay. Steam was about to freak out. Alright, so let's open up the game. Hopefully it's not absurdly loud and shit to start, but we'll see. We'll see about that. It's loading, it's starting. Hold, hold. Wait for it, wait for it. Boom. We're here? We're here. Yo. Hello, chat. What up? We've done our fun talking activity, going over the Pokemon. Now it's time for game. We have, I believe we've, so let's check here. World 1, bonus content. I don't think I've done that. Yeah, okay, so let's do the bonus levels first. Then we'll see about the DLC. But I need to finish this first, so it's a couple more bites, but... What'd you think about the Pokemon name thing? That was kind of a cool little thing. There's something like that that I've been thinking about for a while. Oh god, how do I play again? Okay, hold on. Fucking hold on. Will you? Wait, what? Oh, do I have double jump? Okay. Want to react to a new gym Pokemon that I haven't seen. Oh, there's the arrows. I'm supposed to hit the arrows. Okay. I didn't even see the arrow there. React to new gen Pokemon? Could do that. Could be a thing. It might be best if someone were to, because I think going over the whole generation would be a lot. I think there's I'm pretty sure I've seen some from, what is it, Sun and Moon? The one where you're on the like Hawaii Islands one that I thought looked trash. And then also from Sword and Shield, I think there's some that look really bad. But I don't, like, us scrolling through all like 200 whatever pictures of Pokemon I think would be a little much. I don't know how we would need. It would probably be best if people gathered up a selection of ones to look at or something like that. Then maybe that would be the best way to go. But yeah, anyway, not a bad idea. Oh, I don't have double jump. Okay. Okay, I'm stupid. Okay, I hit my head. I need to hit that arrow without hitting my head. Okay, well that's not great. Okay. There we go. Go, go, go. Oh, fudge. Okay, gotta clap through there, teleport. We're here. Fuck. I have to do like perfectly small jumps. Would guess the Mr. Mime Evo. I think I've seen that one. Okay, okay, so far it's, oh god, okay, this actually has to be a good jump. Fuck! Shit. Well, I definitely know Mime Jr., because that was like Gen 4. Or Gen 3 or something. Okay. Fuck! Come on, you already give me that? Fudge. Alright. God, why is that one so annoying? Peepo Clown, true. Yeah, I forget, I like kind of forget, like I know, but I'm blanking a little bit on what he looks like. I know he looks silly. Go, 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 go. Okay. Go, 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 go. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so when I was thinking about stuff to do for stream, one of the things I thought about when I was thinking about like, oh, if I play this game again, should I do like 5 squats for every death or something? And I'm glad I did not do that. Because that would not go well. I did not turn off the orgasm sound, actually. I'm kind of, that's weird. Maybe because this is a bonus levels or something? It doesn't have it? I'm not sure why. Sound effects are definitely on. Dude, why is that jump so hard? This part's easy. Play Pokemon ranked only using baby Pokemon. Dude, it's so hard. Also, one thing I was also able to do yesterday was test one of the things I was working on as far as a stream activity or a stream thing to do. I was able to test it with them yesterday, and it seemed to be all right. So if I can get it set up with 2 other people, if we can get a squad, that'll be good. Fuck! People arrive. God damn it. Hitting your head there is so annoying. It just makes you angry. Okay, come on. This stupid jump. Clapping there actually works. Also, yeah, apparently the sound is definitely there, RPB. Oh, speaking of that. No, I hit my head. Okay, that's fine though. Okay, there's your sounds, RPB. No, I fucked up. Yeah. Go, 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 go. Oh, the arrows. Duh. I was panicked. I panicked. Nice. Oh, wow. That's gonna be tough. I think I have to, like, wait. Ooh la la. Yeah, you have to be on the, like, far edge of that arrow. Okay, that's good to know. The first arrow I jump on, I want to be on the far side. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oof. Yikes. God damn it. Oh, yeah. Go, go, go. Okay, so I need to land on the right half of this arrow. Oh, too far. That was like too perfect to the right side of it. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's too far to the left. Nope. No. Not oh yeah. Oh jeez. Ooh la la is probably the best one. Cause it's like, it's so silly that you can't even get like, you can't even get weirded out by it. It's just like so stupid. Ooh la la. Oh, god damn it. Ooh la la is like so comically like bad, flirtatious type of language. There we go. Oh, get there. Oh man, you really have to be on the far side of the first one then. All right. Go, 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 go. Made it. Oh my god. Go, 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 go. Oh, it didn't let me have it. Nope, that's not gonna work. As soon as I did the jump, I knew it wasn't gonna work. No. Hitting your head in the last one is the worst, because you're like, oh, I had it. Okay, that was actually even worse than that. Oh my god. Okay, okay, this is fine, this is fine. This is all fine, this is all great, this is all great. Good there. So close. I was so far to the right on that first arrow. So I'm surprised that that didn't work. It's not like there's an extra arrow I'm not seeing, right? Okay. Right? Like how? I'm literally holding right that whole time. And that first arrow I landed on such the far right of the arrow. That's kind of crazy to me. But that's not working. I almost feel like I'm missing something. Go. Yeah, I'm kind of confused. Kind of confused. Nope. Am I missing something? I feel like if I try to land any more to the right than that, I'm just gonna hit the first spiky thing. Somehow I've gotten worse at the beginning part. Very cool. Maybe, but I feel like I'm landing pretty far to the right. Like that one wasn't, that was more in the middle, but I mean, that was pretty, that's about as right you could get without hitting it. Also, yes, what up? You missed, did you just get here, I'm assuming, or? Otherwise you missed the, we were doing other stuff for the first 2 hours or so of the stream. That's not gonna make it in time. Missed the Pokemon stuff, that's alright. I feel like that's where it wants me to land to be able to make it to the next part, but then it's saying it's not actually, doesn't count anymore. Am I like able to jump again after hitting the arrow? I don't think so. No, I'm not. I just tried on that one. Again. That first arrow, I feel like that was quite far to the right side of it. I don't really know how I'm supposed to do more without falling in between. Would having like a running start or something be good? Oh, stomp arrows. Reading would be a good idea. Holy fuck. Imagine reading the text that's been in my face the entire time. Imagine reading. At least I can blame you guys for also not reading. So that's something. I went too fast. Great. Great. I can also blame chat for not reading, so it's good. I think that actually... Okay. I think that actually is impossible to do without stomping. We're good. Okay. 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 Just gotta find the rhythm. Oh, that was weird. There's a little lag spike for me. Because I can't actually just jump right away. I do have to do like one step. I don't know how to describe it beyond that. But once I land, I can't just jump immediately. I have to like take a step. Yeah, you can kind of see that I have to take like a step. Boom. I wasn't ready for that part. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. So the reason this part is different than the bottom part is because you hit your head. You hit your head when you're doing this part, which makes the timing different and lets you go faster. You have to take a couple steps in between. I had it and I lost it somehow. No, I had that. Come on, give it to me. No, I jumped. God damn it. Seems painful, kind of. Well, the other part of the reason why it's painful is because I don't think I can wait I don't know if I can wait a rotation on the bottom part without the end screen thing killing me, the auto scroll part killing me. But then I'm like not ready. Them going up and down, I think, changes the timing a little as well. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems like it. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Oh, I had that. Let's go. Okay. Oh my god, you still have no checkpoint after that? I didn't look at the next part after that teleport. I was looking just at the teleport, which is part of the problem. I kind of missed my key here. I'm not a fan of that. sound effect. Oh, you gotta be kidding. That counted? That's absurd. They're really gonna make it have to be that tight, huh? Whoa, press the escape key. Oh, hope your day was well though, Tacklon. What we did, if you're curious regarding the Pokemon stuff, is we not beta names necessarily, but pre-released to North America names of Pokemon. A number of them were different. Easy example for me to remember is Abra and Kadabra were named Hocus and Pocus. So we went through the list of all the pre-release North American names, and we kind of rated them versus the final name. And for the most part, the final names, I think, won out. But there was a couple that were like kind of close even, or I think there was like one or two that we actually liked more than the final name. But for the most part, we liked the final names. So it was kind of cool. And it wasn't all 150, but it was a good amount. Imagine first trying. Yeah. Like I said, in that second part, you can't do the quick jumps like this because you don't hit your head, so it's like kind of weird. I feel like I want to practice like doing little hops without hitting my head to understand how to do this next part, but I can't do it unless I get there every time. So I guess I just have to get there every time. Let's go. Okay. Fuck you. Oh, fuck you. That was it. That was it. We were so close to the end. We were so close to the end. Oh my god. Come on, jump. Oh my god. No! Fuck. 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 Okay. That didn't count as hitting the teleporter? Are you serious? So rude. Okay. Bullshit. Oh, fuck you. was a lag. Why is that a thing? Why is that even a thing? Why is that even a thing? Oh my god, did you see what happened? I went too far to the right, so I went out of bounds. Like the way that the out of bounds to the left will kill you, if you go too far to the right, it will kill you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. How did that not count as hitting? Good thing I've gotten amazing at this game. Okay, alright, hold on. I think you could press a little bit, but you have to like correct yourself because you had momentum. I fucked that up. It's so disheartening. Because you're just so excited about like being done. It's so cruel. So cruel. I will say this is probably easier on a controller than on key, because it's hard for me to do light presses with a keyboard, especially a mechanical keyboard like this. It's harder to do light presses. At least it feels like it is. I gotta slow down on that very last one, because I'll have enough time. Yeah. There it is. Whew, god damn. There it is. Never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Yeah, I did get there. Whew. Alright, this one is called Don't Let Go. Last one was called Watch Your Step. Oh shit, snow level. Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one though. This is gonna be a fun level though. Okay, I didn't realize what it was gonna have. Wow, I have to land in that? That's wild. Okay, this level's gonna be crazy. Ooh la la. Too early? Oh. Oh, I need the key. Alright, alright. I didn't notice. Would not be able to do this one. I'm really pretty much only paying attention to like my character. Wow, that's a hard jump. That's gonna be a really hard jump unless the key hitbox is more generous than I realized. Okay, it's not that bad. Okay, I had no idea what was about to happen, so I'm not too disappointed about dying there. Oh, missed it. So I have to do really quick jumps then at that spot. Too early? Yeah. Ooh la la. Too early? Yep. Probably needed the momentum there. Oof. That's gonna be hard, actually. That's gonna be tricky. Oof. That's gonna be tricky. Okay, let's see. That's gonna be really difficult. if I truly have to nail that jump without interruption, then that's gonna be tough. Turn the music down a little bit. Oops. Not early enough on that. Too early. There we go. Close. I think it's possible to do it without doing the perfect run, but I think you have to like set it up. It's gonna be tricky. Oops. There it is. My speed was too quick. Rude. That's just rude. That's just rude. Huh. I like let go of holding right there so that I wouldn't run into the thing, but it still ran into the thing. So I guess I'm just gonna assume that that's not how it works. Wow, why am I dying on this jump? I'm just gonna hold right again next time and just hope it works correctly. Oh. Wow, that missed! Oh my goodness. I'm a little shocked that that missed. Wow. We'll get it though. This game's kind of addicting. Oh no, that's dead. Oh yeah. The question is, I'm wondering like how hard the DLC will be compared to these bonus levels. I'm wondering if the DLC will be more like the normal levels of difficulty, or if they'll all be like this level of difficulty. I feel like I would expect them to be more normal difficulty, but who knows? Gotta get the perfect run on those spiny jump this part. Yep. Yikes. Too early. Oh, so close. So close. That part is definitely the hardest part so far. I did that too early. Too late and then too early. Too early. Oh, shit. Oh, Taklon. Or, I don't know if who else is here, but, oh, hold on. Let's go! Let's go. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Got the checkpoint. If RPB and Arfico here, that would be good too. Because I want to share something with you guys. Part of the frozen meal journey that we discussed before. Last time, we talked about how I had the frozen cauliflower mac and cheese thing or whatever. This time, I've had the Healthy Choice Power Bowl cauliflower curry. I had this yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. Lentils and cauliflower with chard, kale, and spinach served on top of brown, red rice, red quinoa, black barley with spicy curry sauce. So, spice level 2. I don't really eat anything with spice. And I didn't notice this was here when I bought this. If I did, I probably wouldn't have bought it. So here's the thing. In terms of its stats, I think it's better. I'll probably have to double check with the mac and cheese one, but this one, the mac and cheese one had like 790 grams or milligrams of sodium. This only has 400. So in terms of that, that's great, right? Like that's almost half the amount of sugar, or of salt, not sugar. It has a little bit less protein, but like still overall, like the rest of it is pretty solid. The problem for me was the spicy part of it. If it didn't have the spice stuff, it would have been bland, but like at least I would have ate it and it would have been healthy. I made myself eat it all because I didn't want to waste it. But it took me a while to eat it. I had to like take breaks. It wasn't like spicy so much that I was like sweating and being crazy, but it was just like, I don't like that. I don't like that spicy part. But I'm like a pussy. So not even a pussy, right? It's not that it's I don't like the taste of the spiciness. It's not even like, oh man, you can't handle the spice. It's more just like I don't really like spiciness as a taste. So if you do like spiciness as a taste, this one seems pretty solid in terms of like what it offers stats wise. Which it doesn't want to, for whatever reason, doesn't want to focus on. I tried. It didn't work. I tried, it didn't work. It's 14 grams of protein, 400 milligrams of sodium, like 4 grams of sugar, 7 grams of fiber, some other random stuff. But yeah, that one's pretty neat. A Healthy Choice Power Bowl cauliflower curry. That's a lot of salt. For a frozen meal, Havens, that's actually pretty solid. I don't think you were here when we went over the other one that I tried, which was the mac and cheese with cauliflower, I think it was. That was almost 2 times the amount this was. 400 milligrams, definitely not nothing in terms of salt. But compared to the mac and cheese was like 790 or something. So, yeah. Much better than that option was. Anyway, we reached the checkpoint, thank goodness. So let's go. Okay, I gotta do that jump later, by a little bit, I think. Maybe not later, but higher? Because that was really late. That was like a perfect late jump. Ooh, that jump's hard. That jump's hard. What's gonna happen is when I make it, I'm not gonna be prepared to do the next jump, which is gonna be a small jump, it looks like, or like a medium-sized jump. Man, it's like a tightrope I have to walk for that jump, it looks like. Not quite the very late, not quite the very early, not quite early though. Oh, there's a little spike there. I didn't even see him. I didn't even see him. Okay, okay. Oh man, I gotta do a really small jump. Really small jumps are hard on the keyboard. How much salt are you supposed to have in a day? I actually don't know. How much sodium are you supposed to have in one day? Oh wow, that didn't hit the arrows. I'm a little surprised that didn't hit the arrows. That's gonna hit. Let's go. Let's go. 220, 22. That sounds like what I remember looking, because I think I remember looking it up when I was initially like trying to research the healthy frozen meals. That was way quicker than the last one. Wait, what? That was weird. Yeah, look how many less deaths that is. I killed the snow level. Straight platforming, baby. It's like literally less than a third of the deaths of the other one. But yeah, so okay, if you're supposed to have 2,200 to 2,700 milligrams of sodium, if you were actually considering that as 1/3 of your meal, then 400 milligrams seems fine, no? One teaspoon of salt. 400 milligrams doesn't seem that bad then, right? That's like, that's less. So because if you imagine if you only ate 3 of those, that's only 1,200 milligrams, leaving you 1,000 freebies. That seems fine, Havens. I think it just sounded like a lot because it's 400 is the big number or whatever. Okay, okay. So let's see. So if you were doing 2,200, if you had 700 milligrams per meal, that's 21,000, or sorry, 2,100, right? So 700 milligrams per meal, that seems like a lot, doesn't it? I would assume that I would go lower. You would want to average lower than that and assume that you would get salt randomly from other things that you probably might not think. But yeah, it does feel like a lot. Because I remember even eating the mac and cheese thing, it felt like it had more salt than needed. Anyway, Factory of Pain. Okay, what's up? Snowflakes are falling. Wait. Why did I feel so slow? Oh, that's because there's no snow, so it is slow. Oh, okay. Okay, so those things shoot the things. That was an easy checkpoint. Okay. Is it me, or does this level seem way easier? Okay, this part, okay, never mind. It's getting harder now. Never mind. Oops. It's curious to know how much carb sugars there are in that curry. Carb sugars? I think I said the sugars. But yeah, sure. It says, again, it's not gonna, doesn't seem to want to focus on it. So I'm just gonna read it out. Total carbohydrates, 50 grams. Dietary fibers, 7 grams. Total sugars, 4 grams. Includes 2 added sugars. Calcium 70 milligrams, iron 3.3 milligrams, potassium 510, some vitamin A, some vitamin C. Saturated fat 0.5 grams, total fat 3.5 grams, polyunsaturated fat 1 gram, monosaturated fat 2 grams, protein 14 grams, calories 290. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to avoid having much sugar. 4 is pretty solid. 4 is not bad at all. 4 is not bad at all. Like everything about it, stats-wise, I thought was like pretty solid. I just didn't like the spiciness stuff. Though I will say, I will mention this. For both the mac and cheese one and the whatever this one was, the cauliflower curry, I didn't actually have them as a meal. I had them as a I've been not always, but I've been having like an additional like mini meal. Sometimes it's like, I think today I had like I had some nuts and extra peanut butter or something. But I've been having like breakfast, lunch, then like something in between lunch and dinner, and then dinner. Yeah, so that's what I did as well. Okay, this is gonna be hard. Okay, maybe not. Oh, I went a smidge too early. Oh. Alright, yeah, that was just YOLO. Ooh la la. Okay. Okay. Again, that seems pretty... Oh, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I need to have the momentum. Easy. What? Okay, hold on. Oh, too early. Just a smidge too early. Because only 350 calories, not enough to fill you. Yeah, you mean calories, not grams, right? This is 290 calories. So yeah. They are still on the lighter side. They still don't quite fit what I'm looking for in terms of like an actual meal replacement that's healthy, which is unfortunate. Still looking for something that does that. But a lot of them are still like kind of small. That's not gonna work. There we go. But it's something. Okay, so they do close for a second there. Easy. Okay, hold on. I think I kind of have to do this in like one shot, no? Because I don't think I can stand anywhere, really. That's what it feels like, at least. Trying to figure out what the right timing is for these. I think I'm supposed to go after they shoot the second time. Trying to figure that out. Yeah, because the second one shoots and I jump into it every time. I think I could have made that. Yeah, I have to like jump a little bit late. Yeah, something like that, I think. So I need to... Okay, hold on. Oh, come on. Don't be so picky. I'm trying to jump before the left ball, but after the second one shoots. This part definitely looks crazy, I agree. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that! Like that! Okay. What the fuck? What the fuck? What is this? Are you kidding me? Okay, so on one hand, fucking crazy. On the other hand, it looks like it's a stream of arrows, so I don't have to necessarily just like perfect one shot. But it also looks like... Okay, this is what I want to know. Can I... Okay, I can do this. I wasn't sure if momentum would fuck it up or not, but it looks like I can do that. So I think that this isn't actually that bad. It's still scary, though. No, I rushed it. No, I rushed it. Oh, no. This part's so hard, too. This beginning part's actually way harder. Oh, I choked. I choked. It wasn't even really a choke. It was more like I got too bold. I got too bold. No, I had it. Ooh la la. The fourth one is when it gets fucked. No, I had it. Okay, okay. Oh, that was very close to touching. No! Yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that was the one I should have gone on. There we go. That's so close to touching. Oh my god. Did you see how close I was to touching that thing? 39 deaths though. Not bad. We're getting better. Treacherous footing. What the heck is happening? No smash? Bummer. Oh, no smash. Like smash my things. Oh, oh, wait. Okay. Okay. Oh, they put spikes up when you do that. Okay. That's cool. First try that. Oh my god, I wasn't ready for that. Hey! Oh my yeah yeah. What the fuck? Ah! Right, I can't do full jump there. What is this tree doing? Oh my god, what the fuck was that? The tree didn't do that last time, did it? I don't remember it doing that. It definitely is a cat gym, though. Oh my god, I did it again. So annoying. Come on. It's so annoying you can't do full hops there because of the top stuff hitting you. Unlucky. Okay. For whatever reason, I can't seem to do this part well. Sick, dude. Sick. Oh my god. I feel like maybe I'm not supposed to try to jump back up to the top after that, and I'm supposed to jump on the spike thing or something. Seems a lot harder. I don't appreciate that fucking tree thing messing up how to see everything. It's so much harder. So much harder. There we go. Let this tree shit get out of the way first. Oh, really? Also, I didn't realize until this moment that the spikes don't unspike. Wow, because those jumps aren't really like paced and spaced in the way that like your actual jump speed is, along with the spikes. So it makes it hard. Let's go. Let's go. Oh boy. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, well this looks stupid. So I'm all the way down here. Come on. Oh, god damn it. Oh, because now you have to restart because the spikes don't go away. That's actually really annoying. That you can't, like, continue from where you were. You actually have to restart. It's so annoying that it's hard to see where you're supposed to land there for some reason. Okay, here we go. Just gotta fucking send it! We lose, right? Yeah. Because they're all spiked up, so we can't redo it anyway. Sadness. Sadness. Okay. Checkpoint, baby. Climb. Wait, what the fuck? Oh yeah! The beginning of the level is where the gate is. That's right. That's right. That's right, I forgot about that. Oh no. That doesn't teleport me back? Is the key gone? Only one way to find out. Only one way to find out if the key is set, as I have to go back. Wait, what? Wait, how am I supposed to go back? Oh, I do that and die, so I reset, and then I can come back down? Wait, but then how do I get out? What? What? Doesn't even make sense. Wait a second. See these? See, these spirals? I may have made a mistake. That's so whack. How am I hitting my face on that twice? That's insane. I don't know where the, I feel like I remember seeing the 2 spinny teleporter things, but I don't remember where in the level they are, but we have to go find them. And then take it, and then hope that that is still counting the keys. I obviously don't feel like it will be, but even if we just find that out, that'll be good to know, and we can like try it next time or something. Wash some dishes. Yeah, I'm just redoing this part anyway. Not missing anything too crazy. How is that happening every time? How's that jump not getting made? Kind of crazy. How? Come on. How is that happening? There we go. Okay, made it. That's all that matters. All that matters. Oh, here's the teleporter. So yeah, I do have to go all the way back up. Alright. It's disappointing. Certainly disappointing. Okay, well, now we know, I guess. Just gotta be a boss again. Right, so far so easy. So far so easy. Okay, so can't do that. Can't do that. Let's go. Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. Nice. Maybe we can finish the last one. Oh, what the heck? Okay, this is fast. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know why they made those ice when you don't really need ice to make that jump. Interesting. So I shouldn't do that jump perfect, I guess? Because I'll jump too far. I guess that's what I've learned. Wow. Am I supposed to be just skipping the first one altogether? Maybe. Fudge. Okay. Wow. Feel like that's a weird jump. I almost want to like try skipping that first one because it kind of just feels like I lose all my speed on it or something. We'll see, we'll see. No, that sucks. That sucks. I choked. I choked. Choked. I did have to go all the way back up. And then I climbed down. Instead of like free falling, I actually like climbed down basically. So you didn't really miss much because there wasn't really much to the level. There wasn't anything to the level you hadn't seen yet at that point. Like there was nothing new that you missed, so. It was a decent time to leave. And it wasn't anything like, I didn't have to do anything clutch or whatever. It was just like, just kind of go back the way that I came. So the part that's messing me up here is this ice section, because if I actually try to go to the end of it and jump, I'll jump too far for the first disappearing platform thingy. So I'm like trying to figure out how early I'm supposed to do that. And I got it that time. So that's good at least. Getting it kind of. Nice. Too early. That's fine though. Probably was gonna need to reset anyway because of I was like behind on the camera or whatever. Ooh, it almost looks like multiple path choices. Oh, what the heck? Is that a laser? That was like a laser. What the heck? What am I supposed to do there? Am I supposed to go above that? Climb them up, maybe? Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Oof, okay. That's what I'm thinking I have to do. Because otherwise I'm not really sure what's going on. Oh, okay. I didn't think I would land on it that time. I'm confused. A little confused. Ah, so I do have to climb. Okay. I do have to climb. All right, now we know. just, I think it was the camera that was confusing me on that. First try this section, let's go. Yeah, we're too behind on the camera there, so that's fine. I was kind of expecting that. Just was hoping to make it too... Oh, I have to jump around the left side. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I missed the camera-wise. Missed. Oh. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh, okay, okay. Gotta perfecto those. For some reason struggling. Oh, I almost did the skip that jump because I felt like the camera was gonna get me. Oh. Wow, I almost feel like it's like surprising. I feel like there's not much wiggle room there. Okay, I was checking to see if I have the slam down or not. A little surprised. A little surprised. Alright, that was bad, but... Because I have to make the jump that way, otherwise there we go, otherwise the camera gets me. But now we have this, so we'll be good. We'll have some extra time. Forgot the order. Oh, that was it. That's the end. Oops. We're close. We're close. Keep bonking my head. Have to be tight too, yeah. Tight window. There it is. Let's go. Achievement unlocked, bonus content for all, and for all a good night. 19 deaths. Whew. What are game modes? Infinite love mode? What does that mean? I don't know what that means, but I don't think I want to know what that means. I don't know if I want to know what that means. Okay. So, we've done the bonus content world thing. World 4, I have to get all the stars to unlock. I don't know if I want to do that, or if I do that, I would probably try to get all the stars off. I don't know. Basically, we already did Micro Satan. So the actual thing that's left that's new is DLC Hot Sticky Mess, which seems to have wait, where did it go? That's weird. That's like a weird UI thing. Huh. So I have to go back to main menu, or oh shoot. I think that's kind of a UI mistake. But yeah, sticky mess. So if I hit any of these arrows, I have to go back to the main menu. Otherwise, look, I do that, it's gone. Weird. But now I'm here, and then so there's a whole world of levels, it looks like. One world of levels, so that's cool. That's neat. I think we might save that for next time though, because it is already 8:40. 15 minutes left till 9. Not really anything. I mean, we could do a showdown game, I guess, if we want to do that. We could try and torture ourselves with that. I guess let's do that. Let's get one showdown in so that I can feel bad about myself. And then we'll end it with that. We'll end it with that. Bear tornado. Okay. Well, this is interesting. I'm a dragon dance. Okay. Well, let's see. So far, so good. So far, so good. I was thinking he wouldn't be able to kill me one shot with the dragon move, but I wasn't sure if I would be able to one shot him afterwards. I don't know if this will kill or not. We'll see. Okay, and then ice move or thunder. Wow, if he had an ice move, he definitely should have used it. Lumberry, I'm faster. Ooh, I wonder if I can earthquake this actually. I think earthquake will be enough. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, intimidate. Does he have sucker punch or something? Wow. He doesn't. Okay. We're expecting too much of our opponent, I guess. That was confusing. So I don't want to go Kingdra. I don't really want to go this because of Lapras. This is not that bad on Lapras because Grass Knot. This also isn't that bad because... Let's see. Explosion, Swords Dance... think... He can have Crunch is what I'm worried about. I think I'm gonna go Shiftry. And I'm gonna Seed Bomb? Am I faster? I am faster. Okay. Let's Seed Bomb. Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. Paris. Parasect, huh? Do I just Explosion or do I switch out? I think I switch out, actually. I think I switch out. Kind of trying to have him spore me. There we go. And then I guess Golduck? No, Kingdra. Well, that's interesting. Let's Ice Beam. I would like Kingdra. Kingdra's so fast, but I feel like I'm just gonna die otherwise, right? Maybe he'll kill himself or close to? No. I can Shiftry Sucker Punch. If he switches, that's okay. I guess I mine in just because I don't really have much else. Problem is he's still gonna do a lot. How much did he do? 53? Kinda just have to HP Ice, huh? I surprisingly don't have much for this Parasect. Wow, I could have nasty plotted. Didn't go for it, alright. The problem here is that his Pidgeot can suicide Brave Bird and probably kill something or get close to killing something. I'm thinking he's gonna bring in Lapras, is my guess. I think he's gonna bring in Lapras, is my guess. Yep. So the problem is, he's probably gonna Thunderbolt or whatever. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Well, that made me feel dumb. Oops. It really sucks that my Golduck doesn't have a good move here. That was actually such a waste of turns, because now it's so much lower. Oh, this Pidgeot's gonna be a problem. I have to switch though, right? God. If Seed Bomb doesn't kill it so bad. Because then Explosion would have killed instead. He Toxic'd? Okay. Oh, Explosion! Explosion! Let's go. Okay. Crit, no! That crit actually was so game losing. Oh, that's so sad. Wow, are you kidding? I lost so many fucking points. Oh, I actually threw. Doing that Hydro Pump on Lapras, I actually threw. That's my fault. Damn. Damn. Because imagine, right? Because that healed him up a bunch, right? So imagine I didn't do that. And instead, I just switched to Grass Guy. Shiftry. If he stays in, Seed Bomb would probably kill, because he wouldn't have been at 75 or whatever. So that would have killed. Then he would have either brought in the Chimecho or the Pidgeot. If he Chimechos and I Sucker Punch or Explode, I probably would have just exploded. And then I would have had Golduck and Xatu left for the Pidgeot. Ugh, what an unfortunate throw on my part there. Lost 26 points. That's rough. Well, what did I tell you? I knew that would be a mistake. I knew that was gonna be a mistake. It's okay though. That's okay. We'll end it there for tonight. Thanks for stopping by and such. I think most people have filtered out, but that's alright. See you next time. Good night.